So, did the link or the software work?
No,
No, it didn't. I'm sure you guys were seeing on Twitter. The link, of course, did not work. Not the link, the software did not work at all. We tried different types of methods, didn't seem to work at all. So we're back to using good old-fashioned Hangouts. So, anyway, welcome once again, everyone, to Modeler's Corner. I'm Michael White, or Whitehouse Films, as I'm mostly known to everyone, hosting tonight's Modeler's Corner. So today we've got our usual guest here of Mr. Tom Biddle.
Guten Tag.
Good old Tom. We have the return of Mr. Tom Foster.
Good evening.
And we'll also have Luke Ryan coming along very soon here, but he's a wee bit delayed here, but I'm sure he'll join us pretty shortly. And also on the stream, we've got another little guest modeler, which is Max, otherwise known as Terry55 Stepney.
Hello. Nice to be here as well. Yeah,
we're glad to have you on board on the stream here, Max. So,
thank you very much.
Yeah, glad to have you. So hopefully Luke will join us later on in the stream here, and we'll introduce him again when he gets here. Don't know when he'll be here, but yeah. Anyway, so tonight on Models Corner we're going to be working on some new models. So let me see. We'll start with Max first here. Max, what are you going to be working on tonight?
I'm going to be working on this church, and if that gets finished, then I'll find something else. But this is going to be for branch line engines eventually.
Yeah, because I've commissioned Max to help me out with branch line engines, with help me out with the models out there, because there's such a lot to make up here, and I just haven't got the time to get them all made. So Max is very kind to offer a helping hand, and he sent me some examples of what he's gonna make for me here in this church. For example, he just showed me some time ago, and my God, it is amazing.
Oh well, thank you very much. But yeah, this church will be seen at some point in the background, so I've got to finish this off to the roof and the painting, obviously. Yeah, that'll take a while.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I'll ask more about that later on here. So
yeah,
Tom Biddle, what are you working on tonight?
Various things, but what I was going to do was I've actually been saving this for a couple of days. Although I've posted pictures of Annie all completed, the inside isn't. So what I need to do is put in the glazing windows, for the glaze for the windows, and stick in these little tiny O-gauge figurines.
Very cool.
Things, and then hopefully a bit later on, work on towards something else.
Okay, that's good. And Tom Foster, what are you working on?
At the moment, I'm working on one of Knuckles Sparkshot's 3D printed Percy's. And I'm just cleaning up the prints just on some of on the back. There's some layering, so I'm just cleaning that up with a scalpel. I've got a few not overly interesting things. I'm hoping tonight to paint the buffer beam on Boko, so I've got my paint ready for that. And another thing is a few different wagons here that I purchased. They're kit ones. They've been sort of weathered to an okay standard. My plan tonight is to basically strip the transfers off and keep the body paint that they've been painting, because they're great. Get the transfers off because they will in future be branded with NW for Northwestern Railway rather than NE for London Northeastern. So cool. That's my plan.
Awesome. And me, I'm going to be working on something that's not branch line engines related, because I want to take a wee break from modeling for a wee while, because I just want to take a quick break for a day. So I decided to have a go at actually making this kit, which is the Dapple City of Truro kit. So that's it there. So I'm going to be working on that there tonight. And well, Luke was with us earlier on there. We were chatting. He was helping us with the test for the stream using OBS, and he said he was going to be working on a teleclin kit that he recently bought, a 3D printed teleclin kit. So once Luke comes on the stream here, hopefully we'll see him working away on that. So that's us sorted out for our work, and let us take part and do some bantering. Also, just to warn any young viewers who have joined us on the stream here, you might encounter some very mild or rude language that may come from us here. That's just your blasphemy, which is very common from railway modelers. We can't help it, but me and Tom Biddle have actually had this cool idea where we actually have these little Thomas-themed money boxes, and these are going to be acting as our swear boxes. So every time we cuss, we had to put money into these here, and let me see, that's mine there. Where's Tom's? There's Tom's there. So yeah, both of us has got the same one. So every time each one of us cusses, we have to put like I don't know, a certain amount of money in it there, and whatever money goes in there, I think probably maybe goes to maybe another project that we're working on, or maybe we might donate it to a charity at a later stage.
I'll send people actually.
Sorry.
Well, I've got mine's got a little bit of a. I mean, actually, I feel you kind of copied my idea where you didn't include the face, which I thought was quite cool, Mike.
No, hang on a second. This I bought my one like months before you did yours.
Oh, there it is.
So
I decided not to have mine on purely for the fact it looked good, but also because in light of the conversation we were having last night during the Railway Series podcast hosted by Tom Foster here.
Oh yeah.
The discussion was basically about the Col du Fel, the fact that locomotive with two faces should not be the same engine or the same personality.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea was basically, my argument was basically because the engines go uphill, maybe they should have had the face just on the back on the rear end instead of the front.
Mm.
So what I've done for mine, I decided to kind of stick to my although this isn't Col du Fel, that if you're going to have an engine with a face on each side, it should have its own personality. So I decided to put the face on the back.
Interesting.
Blimey.
For those who are younger to remember, Series 1.
Series 1 shock. That's quite funny actually, yeah.
Got a face.
Mike,
Yes?
just something I noticed before. I can't hear Max. When you asked Max questions, I couldn't hear anything. It sounded like you were talking to yourself.
Oh,
All right, maybe let me see. Maybe you should try reloading your page there, your section.
Okay, I'll just give that a try.
Because that happened last time.
my settings seem okay.
Why is it always when you're here, Tom?
Careful, he might be listening.
Well, in that case, while Tom
Here
Foster's
is.
here, I can.
Okay. Yep.
Am
Tom
I
back
audible?
there? You're back. Right, Max. Just say something there, just so Tom can hear you.
Yeah.
Yay! I can hear you now.
Yes. Oh, good. That's nice.
Oh, I'm disappointed now.
It sounded like it was just a very weird situation. I could hear Mike asking questions, and it was just like no reply. And Mike was like,
Secretly a
"Yeah,
ghost.
well, thank you, but thank you for that, Max. That's great." And I was like,
Sounds very sarcastic.
"Oh, well, that's good."
Right. Okay. I'm just having a look here in the chat there, see on the live chat there, see who we've got in tonight. So we've got 14 people watching us right now. That's good. We've got the famous Hector is there. Hello, mate.
Hey,
HD
just
stuff.
in the chat there, see.
See, we've got Jacob Johnson, the new Train Boy 55, Splendid Red, Emerson Cousins.
I always get confused when someone uses the 55. I always think it's Max.
Yeah,
No, if it was Max, it would have a terrier.
exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you could have more than one multiple accounts and have like a link to the previous username.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think it's just
get me in the username.
yeah, because I mean, it's like me in a way, where for like every time you type in Farquhar on like Google search, the chances are you're gonna find me somewhere.
yeah. Oh, Christopher Oshie. Was it Thomas and the Col du Fel? Yeah, and I've got the mountains to prove it.
Yeah, last night we basically covered all the narrative lines on Sodor in the Railway Series, and it was really good. We originally, I think halfway through, I said to you, Tom, I said, "Shall I stop this and we'll do it like in 2 parts?" And you were just like, "No, just keep recording." And it was about an hour and nearly an hour and 45 minutes long.
I was like, they can't have been.
So if you're a loose end,
Yeah. So not on the same argument, basically.
oh no, just covering. We spent about 40 minutes on the Scarlatti Railway, which I expected to, because out of all the narrow gauge lines, it's the most. There's been the most written about it, and Luke volunteers down there. Well, not on the Scarlatti, but on the Talyllyn. So no, it was really good. It was really good. We got some really good discussion and stuff. But yeah, it was interesting when we got talking about faces on the back of locos and stuff.
Oi.
Sorry, let's turn that sound down.
Luke said he'd be here in a bit.
Okay, that's no worries. All right, Luke will be joining us very soon, so he's just getting himself sorted out there. Okay, who else we got? Hey, we got Terry55 in the chat there.
Yeah, well, that one is me. I was just saying thanks to him. I went, yeah,
Yeah, just
going
give
against
it-
what was just said.
GW Shunter. He says he loves the church. Yeah, the church. That church there is definitely looks really cool, Max.
Thank you.
How's it all made?
Honestly, a lot of cards. I've got like some very sort of like strong card stock, but like it's reinforced like hundreds of times on the inside, just using like loads of spare bits and pieces, and then obviously clay on the outside makes
Okay.
it rock solid. So yeah,
Captain Roll, right?
it's the second church I've made this year. I made one, the Uptown Church, in Tugs. There's like
Alright.
that pretty old white sort of American style church. I made that for a friend of mine. So yeah, it's very religious year modelling apparently.
So is that the same kit you used for your friend, or is it?
No, this is all made from scratch.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is from scratch. Yeah.
Gee, I'm jealous.
But yeah, what that church is going to represent in Branch Lines is we're going to be modeling. We're going to be having the scene, which is like the first image from Tank Agent Thomas again, and it's the church you see in that image.
Okay.
It's like the book come to life.
Well, that's what. Yeah, but basically, yeah, we're going to try and model like various parts of the.
That's how it should have been on the TV show.
Well, in a way, yeah.
Hello,
Oh,
Hello.
is that Luke?
it is.
Hey, welcome aboard, mate.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Good lord, you've gone well ahead.
Hey,
Well, I disappeared to go and get.
is he talking? Because I can't hear him.
Tom, you
Oh,
have to reload again.
Is it me again?
Yes,
Oh.
it's you.
have you been? Oh no.
While he's gone, can I play this song quickly?
That's really good here.
Watch the wind lost us in a shower of rain. He stepped in the puddle right up to
Now I
it.
can't hear anyone.
There again.
I went to go and get some primer, solder, and all that. The trams went completely against me. I got to the tram stop, one had just left. And when I got to the tram stop to come back, another one had just left. So I had to I ran back.
That is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely amazing. That.
I'm afraid I missed that because I rejoined and I couldn't hear anyone. So can I just check that I can hear everyone? So Luke, can you say hello?
Hello.
Mike,
Hello.
Tom,
Good and Todd.
Max.
Hello.
Hey, we're all
Good.
in.
You're hearing
Nice.
sound.
I wouldn't play the chat back for a while if I were you.
Wouldn't what? Sorry.
Don't worry. Anyway, so what I'm doing basically
No,
right now.
you can't just say. You can't say something like that, Tom. Hold on, were you talking about me?
Very
worry.
smooth.
Don't worry. Anyway, so what I'm doing here basically is this is acetate paper, the sort of thing you get. Obviously, like if you're doing like a projection of things, you would
Oh yeah.
laser jet the text onto a piece and then put it on the projector in a meeting or something, or maybe
The old school days, like we used to have that old fashioned projector wheeled out.
yes.
Mhm.
All those years we used to sing hymns and things. But yeah, this is what I mean. There are other ways of making windows in model railways, but this is going to be a carriage where you're not going to be able to see the inside that well at all. So I'm not so fussed about. I mean, and also because the technique I was thinking of using before was PVA, where you sort of make a sort of window coat around very small windows. Because O gauge is quite big, you can't really do that. So acetate paper is left stick.
You could always use. I use like that laminating sheet.
Oh yeah, I consider that actually fine enough. But
You haven't got a laminator.
Well, no, I mean, I considered just getting the stuff in laminated paper, but no. Oh, good.
You know what? I'm going to mute myself when I'm sanding, so it's not too much of a noise on everyone's ears.
No, it's fine. Definitely
That's
fine.
what I did last week when I was sawing my bit. Yeah. Right. So that was okay. The worst bit is when you're gluing the actual acetate to the coach, because sometimes the super glue or whatever I use, doesn't matter which glue it is, it sinks through, so it looks it's coming onto the visible part. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no fun. Also, just want to say quickly, special thank you to Ryan of the SIF fan site for featuring my models on was it Shout Out Monday, Model Monday, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, really appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
Has anyone heard Ryan's recent new bird strike?
Yeah, I was listening to that this morning.
I've
Pretty good.
yet
I
to get round to
I
it.
sent him a message. I said, "Was that you doing all the voices?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Right." I said, "That's some of the best narration I've heard." It was like
Yeah.
some bits of it sounded like Davey.
I
was
heard
like-
his Thomas and Evil Diesel today, and like there were times where I was like, "That Ryan," and then there's other bits that were really short, and then I looked at the description. It was like just told by Ryan. I was like, "Bloody hell!"
I know, it's good.
I like doing like his English accent, pronunciation. I didn't know it was Ryan at all. He does a bloody good job.
Do you know what? I actually messaged him, I think back in 2010. It was when he shared the Duncan Gets Spooked trailer video and had that, that trains animation. And it basically was the intro to the audio. And I messaged him and I says, Ryan, is that you doing the screams, like the cries for help here? It is. You're definitely terrifying me now with that there. And he got back to me. He says, no, that wasn't me. That was Billy Connolly. What? I was like, what?
Wow.
I was like, how did you get Billy Connolly involved in this? And he's like, it's an audio thing, some sample thing where he had to do like these cries for help or something. And I just used it for nothing. And I thought to myself, flip me, if that was like Ryan, like he's done a fantastic job of convincing me.
I remember thinking that when I watched when I read the description to anyone remember Elliot Anderson's what's it, Buggered series?
Yes, I remember that.
It said in the description there was a Michael Angelis has a featured role. And at first I believed him.
Yeah.
And then I realised, it's just a sound piece.
It's just the what?
It was just a sound clip of Michael Angelis doing the narration.
Oh.
It's a bit where he goes, it was a nice summer's day on the island of Sodor. Oh no! Ew.
Do you remember what was it? Flying Kipper's Oliver Trucks and Turntables reader?
Yes.
There was one day I remember where it says during it there where it says narrator problems, and you just hear like the narration going doing the narration, and you hear Chris just doing this impression of Michael Brandon. He just goes and Oliver knew it was all his fault. Oi, hang on a second here. Who let Michael Brandon here on the set? And then you hear him do Michael and Jesse goes this made the narrator very cross, and this made the director very cross, and you, Angelus, go on, piss off. You have turned the microphone off, haven't you, Bert?
Mike, naughty.
No, it's not a cuss word.
Hey.
No, it's not.
I think you did. I think you did say something there, Mike.
The keyword.
I'm just gonna, because I don't know if anyone's seeing what I'm working on. Yeah.
There you
Do.
Very on brand for me.
Very much so, yes.
But yeah, so 16mm gauge teleclin kit, but doing it up as scale, Louis. And on that note, I'm going to bugger off again because I need to. I'm going to try out some of the filler primer I just went to get on this tank to see if I can get it nice and smooth.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
It's a fully 3D printed kit, So. And then once that's done, I'm probably going to get on with trying to get the motor and gearbox working and the chassis all rolling nicely.
Good luck.
All right, well, I'll leave you with this image, and I'll be back. I'm going to go and spray this.
Yeah, I'll just put the camera on. Just set the camera just don't focus at this. So we can all worship its glory.
Well, I'll quickly pop the tank back on then.
No, it's okay.
There you go. Just, people can have a look at that.
And just to clarify,
The scale reference.
and just to clarify, 16mm, is that is so you could fit it on that's obviously the equivalent to G scale, isn't it? Gauge 1.
Yeah, no, that's 45 mil. I think for 16 mil, it's like
16mm. It's the 16mm scale runs on 16mm gauge track. It's just general garden railway kind of.
like 32 mil, isn't it? Like O gauge.
So
Sorry, yeah, it is 32mm. My
Yeah.
bad. I'm getting mixed up on the track gauges. Yeah, 32mm track.
This is the 42mm one, I think, Scarlowy. I cannot remember, but if it's on, I think it's G scale track. The size comparison, given this is like a hand, that's a mug, a lot smaller, but like still.
Right,
beefy.
I'm going to. I'll be back in a minute. It won't take me long to spray this. So actually, you know what? I should probably get someone to put it on to spray. Right, I'll be back.
And nobody ever saw Luke again.
Just notice that there's Max's skull up there as well. Just so.
Yeah, just for
Yeah.
comparison, smaller scale, but yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So how long does it actually take you to make your models, Luke? Not like Max.
I mean, quite a while. It varies. If it's something like I'm comfortable with, like buildings and things, it's a lot quicker. It's a lot more planning that goes into like making a full engine or something, obviously. But I think the longest something's like properly taken, if I worked on it non-stop, is probably about 2 months, 3 months.
That's cool.
when you make your buildings, do you use like scale drawings, or do you?
I mean, where possible, but like a lot of the time it's just basing things off of illustrations or models that have been made before, so it's kind of going by eye, like measuring roughly how big a door is and then working out how all the people are going to be and things like that.
Yeah, and what materials do you use? So do you build it with wood first, then cover it in plastic card, or?
Yeah, some of them it starts with wood, depending what they're going to be used for. A lot of the time it's just card though, very, very strong cards, like different kinds. And just because it's layered so much, it's obviously it's a lot easier to cut because you can cut it with scissors. But yeah, it's still strong enough. Like none of my models have actually broken yet, so
It just
reassuring.
it just shows you how well you've made them.
Except for the one that caught fire in one of your videos.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like when things catch fire, I either make them really well to last or don't make them very well because I know it's gonna burn to a crisp. But yeah,
Well, I was referring to the one in your video.
I've done quite a few with fire. That's the problem. I don't know specifically which one you mean.
Oh, the one that caught fire.
Well, yeah, Tom. There's loads of models in his video that caught fire.
Yeah.
Be more specific.
I
Okay.
like how Max is like, oh, well, there's quite a few. And Tom's like, yeah, the one that caught fire. And Max like,
Yeah, no.
Burning buildings he made. Are you doing a David Mitson where he just makes episode? Are you doing a David Mitson where he just like loves to film explosions?
Oh yeah, inspiration. Yeah.
The Krakatoa model getting catch fire. I thought that was pretty.
Yes, yeah, Krakatoa, that caught fire. I've had a few buildings on fire before. A brake van, an oil tanker. Yeah, there's a long list.
One of these Hornby buildings caught fire as well.
Yeah, yes, I've got that somewhere. It's horribly warped. That wasn't meant to catch fire, but it was too close to the flame. It turned out. Who'd have thought?
Another interesting thing to mention, you also on was it the Great Model Railway Challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. With Luke as well, if he was
Oh,
here.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was just over a year ago now.
I know, 'cause, I mean, I was
now.
literally, when I was watching the episode, I was literally rooting for you guys, like shouting at the TV, saying, like, go on the railway, children. You guys, these guys deserve to win. They're following the rules.
Yeah,
and
that
yet,
was the main thing.
it ended up that the prize went to a team that didn't even follow the rules.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, like, by the second day, because it was filmed over 3 days, we knew that we were probably not going to win. But when we
Yeah.
saw the other layouts, we were like, oh, well, we did actually comply to what they told us to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we knew that like we basically messed up on the time. So it's all good. It was a load of fun, so that's what matters.
Okay. I just need to reply to this message here. Somebody's just sent me here.
Of interest, is there anything that you've taken from the show that you've used in any of your YouTube videos? Is there like anything you used on the that was any models or any props that you've used on the challenge that you might have taken?
I haven't got them with me, but downstairs, yeah, I got quite a few things. They're just sitting on my layout at the minute. I got 2 of the coaches we use. They're like LSWR Southern Livery coaches.
Oh, talking about the spoils of the Great Model Railway Challenge, are we?
Yep.
What? A singular Oxford die-cast traction engine. Nothing more.
No.
You can have more, but at the end it was literally just a case of, we need to move all of this stuff.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got a few things. I don't know if I featured many in like videos or stuff yet. There's some fire engines and things like that. I got those and a couple of buildings, but yeah.
Sorry, just sorry, Max. Luke, just before I put the camera on you here, I just noticed here that parcel that you have there. I think your address is exposed on one side, so I just want to make sure that nobody.
Thank you very much.
Nobody in the stream finds out where you live.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Because I mean, I've seen that happen before on some other people's live streams. I'm just saying, like, right, I don't want this to happen because I've seen some streamers actually sent the police to one guy's house.
There we go. I hope that I don't have people that want to do that to me, but we do.
It's all right. Everyone knows where Luke lives. He lives at Crovens Gate, Sodal.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Oh, sorry.
Right now it looks going to get like people at the door, like hammering through.
One yellow saddle tank for you all.
Wonderful.
That was quick.
Yeah, it's a filler primer, which I've never used before, and hopefully it does what it says on the tin. Kills.
Where'd you get it from?
There's a shop called The Range.
Oh, The Range. Yes.
God, yeah, The Range.
Yeah, brilliant. They're a great shop. That.
It's High Coat, I think the brand is.
Right.
I've never used them before, but it's the only place where I can get any form of spray paint from in where I live, because I'll just say Manchester. There's not many model shops.
Oh yes, that reminds me. I think maybe I should look. Do you think maybe I should announce this model show where this particular layout's going to be going? Should we mention this here, just so everybody could be ready in advance?
You know what? Why not? I was going to reveal it when it was done, but I feel like if
no, not that one. I was meant the other one. The other model layout.
Oh, right.
The other layout.
This other portable layout, which has a bit of a heritage.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I wasn't told to keep it quiet, so you know what? Why not?
Okay. For those who are living in the Manchester area, there's going to be a model show. It's going to be taking place next year, and there's going to be a very special visitor. It's going to be a very special layer. It's going to be making its return to the exhibit stage, and the Farquhar branch is going to be coming back on the exhibit standards, and it's going to be taking place on at a model show in Manchester. So
let's just clarify: we're not talking about your Farquhar.
No, it's not my one. No. No, I'm sure many people will want it though, but no, this is the Farquhar Mark II, the Revenorge's very own Farquhar Mark II, the complete setup. This includes an extension version which Revenorge made, which was originally going to go to Elsbridge, but he never modeled Elsbridge. But you do see this extension, so that's going to be set up, and it's going to be exhibited somewhere in Manchester.
Yeah, don't know exactly when next year, but the Northwest Area group of the Telephone want to take it to one of the model railway shows in this area. They were the group that got the layout working again.
Yeah. So whoever is in that area, and you want to see the Revenorge's original Farquhar Branch Mark II on up and running, then be ready for a model show. They'll be attending in Manchester. So because you never know, Farquhar Branch might be there. So, yeah, set your calendars then.
When I find out more information, I'll probably put it up on my Twitter. I imagine.
Yeah.
When like I say, it's not really it's not massively public info. All I know is that it's the one thing to have it happen, and the guy who's in charge of the layout's pretty keen for it to go back out. So it's a good chance it will be seen.
Yeah. Because I mean, the last time I saw that layout was in 2017 when I visited the Telekin Railway, and yeah, I mean, the last time I saw it running was a mate of mine had taken video footage of it running on the during the Audrey Centenary event back in 2011.
Yeah, I know who operated it that day.
Who?
Greg Jones. She's essentially the manager of the Telephone Railway shop, and she shares her birthday with Audrey. So it was a birthday for her.
That was pretty cool.
On the same year as well.
We got to operate it for that.
That's so cool. But yeah, it's I've spoken to the Telekin Railway about this. Said they've done a fantastic job preserving Farquhar Branch. With one little hiccup, though. I don't want to go into details of it because I'm still a little ticked off about it. But oh well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we'll not talk about that. But maybe on a later time we'll talk about this. But it's just this one little item on Farquhar Branch sign, which sadly went for a bit of a phase, and
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, one member of the Telekin Railway thought they were doing a good deed, but they turned out.
Sorry, I was about to say I've got no idea what you're talking about now. Yes, I do.
They thought they were doing a good deed, but it turned out they did something really bad, which they shouldn't have done. So
silly rascal.
Right, so then, this is the first ever gearbox and stuff I've ever put together myself. So this is going to go horribly wrong. I can already tell.
No, sure. It's just these things are all set to trials there, so
But the good thing about these kits as well, like there's only a few bits you actually need to glue together. Yeah. Like boiler to smoke box, you do want to glue together, but like the tank will come off, the bunkers all screw off. This will screw off. Everything will kind of screw fit, which is pretty nice for maintenance.
Yeah.
Can I? You just want to have a look? Sorry, I've got the brush in my point. So, the Kobo, the Class 28. Sorry, I'll just if I do the right thing. There you go. Class 28 BR, Class 28 diesel, Kobo, otherwise known as we know it as Boco, and that's how it's going to be. I think on Modeller's Corner I showed it last time because you called the chat. What was it? T-cut a long story short, was it?
It's a bit dark.
Anyway, I T-cut the body on that. So the it's interesting. Ben Valentine, British Gypsum 4, has got a new book about BR diesel liveries, and we wondered about certain things about cab roof, the loco roof, what colour it was, because the Railway series shows it all grey, and all Kobos, as far as we can tell, only were part grey. Like, hold on, if I just put the light on it, you can see like that. And the green on the cabins there. Anyway, but the one thing that I think we all decided on is that Boco has red buffer beams, and from what we can gather, the actual correct livery states red buffer beams according to this book that Ben's got. But I've not seen one that's got red buffer beams, and the model comes like this, where you can see that the shanks of the buffers. Oh, no, that's not helping. There we go. The shanks of the buffers are red. Under all that weathering. That was the factory weathering that I tried to remove. But the actual buffer, the headstocks, the buffer beam, sorry, was green. So I've just been busy away, and that's just with the first coat, and that's how we're looking.
Oh, that's looking gorgeous.
Lovely bit of color.
You want, Luke? Sorry, it broke up.
I'm saying it's gorgeous.
Yeah, this is this paint that Gav Knuckles recommended. It's called it's Citadel Evil Sun Scarlet. Yeah, and that's sort of first coat, and I'm quite pleased so far. I might go over with a little fiberglass brush just to smooth some of the paint brush marks out a bit, but actually once it's weathered, you won't tell. But yeah, it's coming on well. I'm really pleased.
I've actually got one of those little paints there, and it's let me see. I think it's called Balthasar Gold. And I'll be using that there for all for like the brasses.
Yeah, I use for my Northwestern Green Citadel as well, moot green.
Yeah.
Quite nice one.
I've also got another one here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, it's probably.
Well, I use Tamiya stuff, but Citadel does do some really nice colours, and the very
actually, yeah.
as well.
Yeah, because I mean, I was talking the last time I was in the Warhammer shop. There, I was actually I had this one guy who came and served me. This has ever happened to you guys? Like when you go into a Games Workshop place or a Warhammer themed shop there, and you're looking for paint set. There's always this one guy that just jumps out of nowhere and just says like, hey, can we help you? I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
But you're embarrassed, like you're kind of embarrassed as to what you're going to say, like why you need this paint for, because they will ask you. So like, so what type of Warhammer game are you into? Not there, and you have to try and say like, well, it's not really for Warhammer in its own way. Because I mean, I explained it to some of those shops assistants before, and I said to them like, it's mainly for railway modeling, if you know what I mean, and their reaction just went like, from very enthusiastic to like saying, oh, okay. But the guy who served me last, he was very, very kind. I just says to him like, the reason why is because these paints are the best to go for. Because
they're just very good modeling.
Yeah, because they're very good for model figure painting. And this guy's reaction changed. He was like, "Oh, right, I did not know that." I was like,
when I went there, I was because obviously in most Warhammer game shops, you have you have one place where you have all the products, and then the other one's like a secret room where people with Warhammer can go and paint and work with other modelers and things.
Oh, why?
Well, I sort of said, if I wanted to get some ideas on techniques and things, how would I be able to bring just something that's not Warhammer to the table? And he said, well, no. And if you do want to learn some techniques, you're going to have to buy one of our products, and then we can show you what to do. But we wouldn't just allow you to come in and just watch. That makes sense.
Right.
To me, it seemed a bit, well, I don't know what to say about that. Just the fact they just
came out.
Well, because I live like literally in the middle of nowhere. I pretty much order all my paints online, so I can't say I've had any experience on that front. But that surprises me though, that Warhammer, the Games Workshop might be a bit funny, because at the end of the day, it's modelling. It's the same like sort of thing. It's just a different subject.
Yeah, because I mean, I actually there's a guy online who I actually watch, and I get a lot of inspiration for his type of like terrain design. His name's Mel, but he goes by the username of the Terrain Tutor. And funny enough, I actually did help him with a video. Gave him an idea for a video at one stage there, where he was showing folks how to make these different types of trees for Warhammer games. And I mentioned to him one of the methods that Revan Audrey used for Farquhar Branch. And I says using bits of foam. And he was like, he just got back to me. He's like, what? He says like, I didn't know that. He's like, I'll give that a try and see how it goes. And he did a whole video on it there, and he gave me a big shout out saying big thanks to Whiteout's Guns for this idea. It's fantastic. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. But the funny thing is that he was visiting Northern Ireland for a meeting up some Games Workshop or some Warhammer fellow mates of his, and I saw him in Belfast City Airport whilst I was waiting on a flight to East Midlands because I was going over to see the Star Tugs Trust and all that there, and I saw him at the airport. And I thought to myself, is that him? Nah, it can't be him. It can't be him. So I messaged him on Facebook. And I says, Mel, are you in Belfast right now? Because there's a guy here who looks the spitting image of you. He got back to me a few days later saying yep, that was me. I was like, well, he says, you passed me about 3 or 4, 6 times now. You passed me 6 times there, and I was gonna introduce myself to you, but I didn't think I would want to though, because You wouldn't know what it was.
I tell you what, compared to Double O, putting axles on wheels are so nice in this. There's like the self-locating. Oh, this is very satisfying. 'Cause I tried building a Double O chassis, and bugger me, is it a pain? Trying to get because like the romper, you've got to get all like the specific spanner and all this and all that. This literally like
Just locks it all in.
let me get the kind of like the actual axle out here. Just give me a second.
So that just changes back to the Warhammer hammer thing. How do you think about? Not to put people on the spot here, but the way that we've just described people who do Warhammer things,
Yeah.
especially from my experience and from knowing people who've done it. I mean, just from my experience, a lot of them seem quite very prideful in what they're doing. And so it takes that to a sense, it's almost like it's almost as if you were royalty in a way,
Yeah.
or as if you have to treat them like I don't know.
One of my housemates told me a story once. Apparently, Warhammer got banned in her school.
Right.
Like like she was saying, there was just some massive drama over it or something. Like, and the whole club just got banned, and you couldn't even mention Warhammer on campus.
Oh God.
Like, there was just something massive about it. Also, like what I was saying is, you've got your axle, and at the end is a cube, so you can and in the wheel, like there's like cube locating things. The little bit just screws out at the end. It pushes in on, and you can choose any angle for the axle. So that will just go in nicely. I'd say it doesn't go in. Yeah, that's in. And then you just got to make sure your other crank pin's 19 degrees the other way. Like,
So it's a bit like a larger version of like the Romford wheels, is it? Because they have like a self-quartering thing on them.
ah, right. It probably is then. I've never used Romford wheels.
Hang on a sec here. So, show me before you put that on. Show me the axle again.
At the end.
Yeah, that's definitely that's the same. That's the same as a Romford thing.
Well, these wheels were commissioned by PDF models for like specifically for Taliflin and Bogor, as their the correct like design, and they're done by Slaters.
Yeah.
Very nice so far. I'm really impressed with this kit so far.
Yeah, there's a guy I saw online. I think he was the it's the actual official YouTube channel for those kits. There's a guy who does like a tutorial build on how to make those.
Yeah, he has done tutorials on them. Is the guy. I'll tell you though, like these are very good if you're wanting to get into garden scale 16mm. These are very good starter kits, I'd say, because you get like because I'm a volunteer at the Taliflin, I got a bit of discount on this because it's a Taliflin loco because he's not like that. And I got it for about £200, and for £200 you get everything you need. Like you get motor. The only thing you need to get yourself is all, if you want it remote controlled, is the remote controlled stuff. And if not, you can just hot wire a battery directly to the motor.
That's cool.
That is cheap because like a 4mm double O gauge kit. Say you wanted like a peppercorn A1 from DJH models, you'd be looking at about £200 for just a kit of parts, and that's in double O.
Well, my Thomas was
there's a bit more prep with this with the 3D print. You've got to sand it down and everything, but it's worth it.
Well, my Thomas was 135 quid, not including the wheels or the motor and things like that. But yeah, it's I think that's, especially for the scale you're doing, Luke. I think that's not bad.
What state are you making Scarlo in, Luke?
Pardon?
What state are you making him in?
I think now I've built it without the cab on just then, and I'm like, do I go without the cab now?
It does look nice.
It would be, but I've already got my 009 one, which is like that. But I think I'm going to do it same time period, just a bit later, so he's got the cab.
Right.
but it's going to be 1860s.
You can do all the gold lining and everything still.
The thing is, though, can you make it both ways? So that the cab's
I was thinking of looking at ways to do it, and there possibly is ways to do it, but I don't know.
Am I right? Technically, if he's not got his cab, should he not have trailing wheels as well? Technically.
Yeah, but the trailing wheel literally just like there's a little hole for the swivel bit there, and it just screws in. So I can easily take trailing wheels off whenever I want.
Oh, perfect.
actually not difficult, unfortunately.
Right, where did that? Oh, there's the gear. It was in the gearbox. Well done, Luke.
Well, there you go.
Tom's losing things again. And by the way, due to my cursing, I put 2 quid in my box so far.
Maybe one day we'll do another corner for children in need. You know, like every time we swear or something, we donate a pound goes into the box, and we just donate it to children in need. That'd be cool. Or maybe donate it to the Railway Children charity. That'd be more fitting.
So, guys, last weekend it was the model railway exhibition at the Great Central Railway. There was talks of that being another theft or vandalism.
It was.
Apparently, a lot of I can't remember exactly. I think one of the stalls had all their
Yeah, it was Digitrains. They had so much stolen. I was at Model Railway Club the other night. And they were handing out a list with everything stolen. And because they were going share this around the club members in case anything pops up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, well,
For once, that's not my dog.
Yeah.
That was my dog.
Smurfy Dan's put in the chat. Also, a picture of Wilbur, Audrey, and Peter Sam taken on May the 14th, 1988. There is footage shown on the DVD titled Telekin Railway Through the Years. I know, because I shared some on Twitter. It's very, 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 very good DVD.
Yeah, definitely.
Colour footage from like 1949, 1950. My favorite, one of the striking ones was I think it's Dolgok taking like the rusty carcass, they look like carcasses of locos of number 3 and number 4 to up the line to Pendray.
Well, when they arrived.
When they arrived, yeah.
Wow.
And it's like they just look.
It's on video in the museum.
You what? Sorry, Luke.
The DVDs I'm about. If you've been, up in the museum, Max, when they had like a video of Dolgok shunting 3 and 4 when they were all like rusty and black.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing something of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's that video. You can get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the colour is so vivid, and like there's footage from like 1938 of Talcott number 1 in service, in amazing. I felt sorry for Luke because Luke, you were trying to do Talcott live, weren't you? And I just kept sending you pictures, going, "Look at this."
Yeah.
God damn it, Tom.
I know. I get carried away sometimes.
Annoying me at work. No, it was good. Thank you for sharing. I don't.
It was quite. Talcott live was quite a good success, wasn't it, Luke?
We had quite a few people watching it, so I'd call it a success.
Very good camera work as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely good one.
Driving number 4. Oh, so lucky.
Well, if you were there, Max, and paid a tenner, then you could have done it.
I drove Duncan or Douglas last year, but
Paid a tenner.
only the Pendray.
Yeah, I got to do it it was Abergynolwyn to Middle Strait, on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a distance.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So
You've been on Footplate with Bill Tyndall before.
Possibly, I can't remember.
I'm trying to think who you're on Footplate with when you were last down.
I either know their first names or their second names. I don't think I remember.
I know you're. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Everything went kaboom. I know you were on Footplate with Robbo one day, weren't you?
I think so.
And you got to, I think it was the day you got to fire number 2, the whole bloody line, you lucky bugger.
Well, that was fun.
of course, last time I went to Talaclane was the Sif Express in 2009 with Edward Thomas.
Well, I remember we were saying if you ever do another Sif Express, you like probably can, if it's in a while, hopefully if I've passed up by then, you can either get me guarding, Max on the loco, one assistant guards in the guards van as well. We'll actually have the Sif Express manned by Sif people.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, to be honest, I've not seen the headboard since 2011. But I think at the moment what they're actually trying to do is get a headboard made for the Tugs Trust. Instead of having to use the flying tugboat every time we go to Didcot, you know.
Oh.
It's quite funny how I found that headboard because it's basically I remember watching a documentary about Bonnie and the headboard is actually for Bonnie Prince Charlie, the little I-4O dock tank, and I just remember watching a documentary on the day, and on the first Tugs event at Didcot, I remember spending about an hour trying to find this thing, and I said to the guys at Didcot, hey, there was a headboard used for Bonnie Prince Charlie. Can we use it for our event just for fun? And he said, well, we've got to do that. You got to speak to Roger. So I spent a good hour just going up and down the site trying to find him. Found him. He said, oh yeah, go and ask Seb. So I go back thinking it's not going to happen. Then Seb's standing on the platform. He says, I found it. And we've been using it ever since.
It's quite appropriate though.
Yeah.
But if you did, like, you know, had like a headboard out there, what would you think they would call it?
Oh, well, I think what Ryan was thinking of initially, just having a silhouette of 10 cents or something. Or I don't know if I'm supposed to say this out loud though. But...
Well,
we just did.
Yeah. It was a good.
Right, yeah.
Well, he told me this like a good 3-4 years ago. Still haven't done it, but you know.
Won't be active this year, unfortunately.
We're gonna get a very stern message off him soon. No.
Yeah.
Ryan, if you're listening, sorry, mate.
Yeah, he's gonna come tap me in his jazzy jacket.
Don't worry, I'll have the beaten stick ready.
That's right.
Do you know what? I actually during all those years, I actually kept thinking that you know that this comedic thing of Ryan having this thing called a beaten stick. I just thought that was a real thing.
I shall fetch the beating stick.
But that was actually like a trick by Alaric or something.
Oh no, that was a Sif Summer Holiday. That was an audio series where basically because we were doing voiceovers for the show of Thomas, they started doing a web series where they were playing themselves.
Yeah. Any more talk on it, and I shall fetch the beating stick. I think it made a first appearance in Who Stole the Missing Christmas Presents, or The Quest of Missing Christmas Presents.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that would be a beaten stick, would it? Yes. I don't think I ever told you how much it hurts, did you? No, you don't want to, believe me.
I love the last bit of that special where Christine Green's really is like, I think the adventure happened, and then he said, after all the triumph of our heroes, everyone got exactly what they wanted. Ryan got a metric ton of presents. Elliot Anderson got Emma Watson, and Chris Green, the narrator, gets
blown up.
200 ton of dynamite and blown to smithereens. That's charming, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, sorry, back on topic. So, I mean, headboards. I mean, you could actually. I mean, nowadays you can actually get them made from one piece of wood. I found because I think when we did Chris's, but when we had Christian Green, his birthday, we Adam and
Sam.
what's the other called? Sorry, Adam and
Sam.
Sam. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, money in the box. Go on.
Pound, pound.
Go
Sorry, my
on,
mind went
mate.
blank there. How did I forget Sam's name? Sorry, so sorry, Sam Brown.
Sam,
Basically,
if you're listening there, your name cost you £1. Cost him £1.
Good cause.
It's like a copyright thing. Every time you say his name, you need to put a pound in a box.
yeah, no, every time I swear, I've got to say.
Oh, I'm joking.
It's like it's one of those things, like, you know, like they're afraid that they might spontaneously appear, like Lord Voldemort or Piers Morgan.
Or Macbeth.
Oh,
Do you not watch the episode of Blackadder?
Mhm.
oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
But yeah, but basically, because the headboard that was used on the on Chris's birthday, the one that says Steve Lopez in profile, that was made from just one piece of laser cut wood.
Pretty cool.
There's a company on eBay that does metal ones. I've got one over there somewhere, but they're like the smaller size headboards. I think that's like £30 or £40.
That's
You
not
can get them in
bad.
like
I
the reds.
think more.
Yeah, it's a small one. I'll get it just to show you because it's not like the full size.
Small one's decent. It's still a headboard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's have a look.
I'll clear that see, but that's how big it is.
Oh,
Like-
wow.
It's not a massive one, but it is metal.
Oh,
That's awesome, mate. That's awesome.
How much?
It's nice blue, I must admit.
the closest thing I've got is probably this.
Oh yeah.
Matt, how much is it?
Oh, I would show you my one here, but it's on the layer at the minute.
Yeah, so if you have a look there, I got just the Craven's Gate like BR totem design. This cost me about 20 quid, I think.
Nice.
Not bad.
And Max, how much is yours?
I'm pretty sure it was years ago when I got it, but I think it's about £40, maybe less.
That's not bad.
Not bad
It's not
price,
too
yeah.
bad, but it's a smaller one, like I said.
Pretty cool.
I'm expecting.
Let's see, where's my it's not there.
Tom Biddle. Why does Thomas have eyes on his butt? Yeah,
That's a
for
cool
those who
story.
can't-
It's from
Yes.
a missing episode.
It's relating to that Rary series chat we had last night.
You wouldn't know.
Because we're talking about, something along the lines of engines having the same face on each end shouldn't be the same logo.
What if on the Coldy Fell they just had the face on like the smoke box where it should be, and then they just had mirrors on the coaches, or like just wing mirrors sticking out so they could see behind them?
Mhm.
I guess, but then again, you could argue that when Thomas looked back after losing his train, how he could see that didn't have the train behind him.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true.
I could just imagine a parody there somewhere. And somebody's just gonna make it goes like, really, where's your coaches then? Thomas looked back and you just see his face. His eyes just somehow mysteriously appear on his bunker, and he's like,
Well, no, how about his smoke box door swings open? He looks back.
oh, gee.
But it's funny how a little discussion like that can spring to a video. Like discussion last night was talking about how the face of Edward Thomas looks like Nicolas Cage, and
It is Nicolas Cage.
yeah.
Can't stand that face.
But then you say it was Edward Thomas himself.
Apparently, yes.
So are they going to do the same for the others? Or...
No idea.
Right.
I think it was done like as a favour or something. So,
Or maybe like an anniversary thing, perhaps.
no, I can't tell you.
It could be like maybe an anniversary of the naming ceremony or something. Or
Probably. I'm not sure.
There wasn't anything quite big about it, revealing it. It just kind of went on.
Either way, it don't look like Peter Sam.
Oh, they can't look exactly like the characters because of the bloody Oldcroft gubbins.
I cry every time.
And what was it?
I'm kind of grateful for that. Actually, it makes it more interesting.
You say you say yesterday, Tommy, it looks a bit like Nicolas Cage in a way. Nicolas Cage.
That's not your Henry, is it, Mike?
No, it's not.
Huh. Gear's not really engaging on this.
Oh, it was.
Can I just say, guys,
Yeah.
that noise is actually quite common when you're doing chassis. Unfortunately, my new one makes it sound like a lawnmower when it's running.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's just like the worm gear and the driving gear aren't meshing, and I don't quite know why. At least the motor worked.
Well, yeah, at least that works. Yeah.
I mean, I'd expect it to, considering it came with the kit. Like, I doubt it's been a.
You expect it to work.
Need to be like glued, very possibly. Oh, does this act? So, no, it didn't do. Ah. I can talk with the axles with this actually, like so easy to just take the wheels off as well without damaging everything. This is quite good.
Okay.
If anyone happens to be in London tomorrow, I'm going to be there, hopefully.
All right.
It's last ever Steam on the Underground.
Oh,
Sad times.
I was supposed to go into tomorrow, but unfortunately, yeah. So I miss out on that one, I'm afraid.
That's all right. Yeah.
Did any of you go to the HST?
Yeah, the farewell thing. I didn't go to Paddington, but I was just on a bridge near Reading. Saw them pass by.
It was you and Matt, wasn't it?
Yeah, Matt was there. He was there a bit earlier than me, so we actually saw all of them. I missed one.
Just remember, just studying my hometown, aren't you?
Yeah. Got one more year left.
Okay.
We've not met up yet, but
No.
to be fair, I've not gone to like Prospect Park or anything yet. So my fault.
Well, it's the first Sunday of the month. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there this in July because I'm doing something else. But if you're about, yeah, just come by. I might be driving. I might be guard. I don't know. But
Yeah, no, I've been meaning to go. It's just like on the other side of town, and I don't have a car or anything with me, so
it's a trek to get there. That's why I was. So living. I can't say whereabouts I live, but
yeah.
I live
for
out.
obvious reasons.
It's quicker by bike.
Yeah. Safer by road.
I love to ride my bike.
Cheeky little Titfield reference there, Max. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Always appreciated.
Oh, you got to throw them in where you can.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've done that. I'm glad I've painted it. I was in two minds whether to paint it because I remember Tom, you said you thought it looked quite nice without a red buffer beam. But
I did, yeah. But
I'll just put it on. I'll just put it on the camera. There we go.
Nice.
that is good. I like it.
Oh, that's grand.
That's really neatly done as well.
Yeah, there's there were some little bumps and things in it, and I've got to go over it with a bit of wet and dry, and then it like pulls the bump off, and I've had to patch it up. But to be honest, once it's got a bit of clear on it, and once it's weathered, you're not going to really notice.
All right, so even though you've painted it, you still got to wear for it.
Mm.
You still got to make it.
I still want to put a wash on it, so you just get the dirt in all the nooks and crannies.
So that's make it dirty.
Right, for now, I'm going to leave that, and I might do the other side tonight. I might not. We'll just I'll just close the paint for now, and I'm going to start stripping the the LMS and Northeastern off these vans, ready for them eventually getting NW prefixes on.
Oh no, it's day.
Red Nose Day.
It's day.
Red Nose Day.
No, I'm putting the acetate on these coach windows.
Oh.
And it's what's usually quite helpful for me is when is there 3 windows, so I usually put like just one sheet of glass behind them.
Yeah.
But because I've had one window where it's slightly open, I always put the windows in individually, and that's actually proven to be really more fiddly than I was hoping for.
Oh no!
So basically, if I can just have the camera for a second.
You're on camera now.
Well, basically, like here's obviously you've got all the 5 compartment windows. You've got 3 windows on each compartment. This one is slightly open. You can just start to see that window frame. So yeah, just got to make sure that looks convincing, and that hopefully, when you look on the outside, you think it's real glass, because it is. Awkward silence there.
Luke.
Hi.
These are some vans that a friend used, someone who signed them. A chap had died, and he's got these like LNER and LMS ones. So just there, I'm just taking off the NE. But that's how it will be brand. That's how I'm going to brand mine when I do my NWs on them, and it will be the same size as that.
Oh, those will look grand.
You what, Luke?
Those will look grand.
Yeah, I'll be glad when I've at least got some transfers, because I'm just sort of a bit in a situation where I haven't got anything to sort of.
I keep. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. I dodged a bullet there.
Go on, Mike. It's only £1.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
He's not going to say it. He's just not going to say it until he cuts himself. Yeah.
No, it's just the scalpel blades that broke.
Can this be a running thing where everyone's got a Thomas money box or paints it in different colours?
I swear, I bet somebody. Let's not swear, otherwise it'll cost me £1. I bet somebody in the chat there, and it said just in an idea, somebody's just going to say like, everybody has engines of many colors. Just have that weird reference to that Thomas episode I wrote.
Yeah, well, you wrote it.
Well,
there's your karma.
All right, this is also something. This is going to be a wee bit of Thomas trivia. I'm going to give you guys, for those in the chat there. For those who've seen the episode Heart of Gold with Toby in it, the 2 villains that you see in the episode, they're actually heavily inspired by characters Max created, just so you know.
and I am extremely flattered and honoured
I know.
about it.
I told Max there when the episode came out, when somebody uploaded the episode on YouTube. I told him, I says, just so you know, just let you know, mate. The two crooks are actually inspired by your characters. And he was like, what?
They've come so far. Like, it's good to see what they're up to these days because I'm done writing with them for now. But yeah,
Yeah, because
Oh.
so that's where they're from. Like, so the two villains are actually based off Max's two villain characters. So
yeah. No, I was very, very thankful for that.
yeah, no worries, man, no worries.
Just also surprised. Can't wait for the episode to actually come out in decent quality.
Yeah,
But you know,
yeah, it is. We've been jerking apart.
So what you're saying, Mike, is if you want to have anything you want, any characters we would, put into the series, we just come to you.
Well,
uh-oh.
that's not gonna. Now you're gonna unleash like a whole load of demands now, which is gonna come down my way, Tom. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Can you put Timothy in the series?
Timothy's already in the series.
No, the
No,
ghost
no,
E2, whatever his name is.
no. That was a weird creation.
Yeah. I was going to mention. Oh yeah, there was a comment earlier from somebody said, "Why was Bulgy not in series 22?"
To be
I thought he was,
honest,
wasn't
I didn't think of Bulgy at the time, like though. So I was only brought on when season 22 was nearly ready to wrap up. So they're like 2 episodes like going spare. Nobody had any ideas, so Andrew convinced them to take me on board and says like, he'll come up with some ideas for you. That's how I get on board.
Out of interest, Mike, when you write a script, how much of it is originally your words compared to when it's edited? Like,
Most of it, yeah. Most of it's all my own words. And it's just mostly just my own ways of storytelling, really.
I've heard that like nobody dares mess with one of Mike's scripts. He just goes mental.
What?
I'm joking.
yeah.
I thought you were then going to go. I thought you were going to go, what? How
What did you say? You dare!
What did you do?
I'm sorry, Sir Mike. I'm sorry.
This shall not be tolerated. But I digress.
So when's Stepney coming back?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm joking.
Good question.
Good question.
It could be maybe you could say it's the same as a Stepney and Bluebell at the moment.
That's true. When's he coming back?
Yeah,
Oh.
Next visit.
unfortunately.
Am I right that both the new Hornby model and the new Rails model of Stepney is correct for Stepney in his early condition? So if you wanted to model Stepney as he was in book 18 in the Railway series, it'd be no good.
Yeah, it's like before he was rebuilt. So
I noticed he's got that nice like flared front down to his front splashes on the models.
yeah, that's like the A1 version.
Yeah, because if you want to use the new Hornby Stepney in any video,
It's annoying. I would have picked up a Stepney, but I'd probably be after Railway series condition.
I've heard people saying because it's Bluebell's 60th anniversary next year, they may be doing, or one of the companies may be doing Stepney in like preserved condition, but like because like they did the BR Black one in for the 50th anniversary, but it's a long stretch, I think.
I think they've seen how popular Stepney is, so they'll probably do it in the preserved, because I'd very much buy it in preserved.
It'd be
Oh,
annoying the A1 version, but still buy it.
That's weird. So it's been nearly 10 years since, because that was obviously the celebration. They Stepney was painted black, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. They extended his boiler ticket for 5 years.
So is Stepney now permanently out of service now?
So said, like essentially they've said, well, we'll never say never, but he's at the back of the overhaul queue, and essentially he looks much better in the museum. So they're not going to actually overhaul him anytime soon. So many parts need replacing, and for a small engine, they're not willing to pay that. much or put in the effort to fix them. They'd rather have the bigger engines out. Their standard 4 tanks done now. They'll be running in a couple days or weeks' time.
Cool.
Oh, excellent. For me, it's the Atlantic I really want to see.
I might actually, since you got your Stepney out here, I might get my Stepney out and remote show you.
Yeah, it's a little mascot. He's just got to sit on the desk.
Yeah, I've actually got I don't know if people saw it in some of my videos. I think it was like the first video I did with my Far Cry Branch build, Mark II version. You can actually see Max's poster in the background of my workshop.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that.
It's if you look in the video, like it's for my replica of Far Cry Mark II, that your poster's in the background.
Oh, yay. Oh, thank you for buying that. I know it was a long time ago, but yeah, cheers.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Like, so, doing you a favor.
Have you did you paint your terrarium to Boxhill as well?
Not yet. No, I've still got the parts off. I still got the decals and all for Boxhill.
Because
But I will at one stage though. I will one day.
that's right. No rush. That is if you still want to be friends after this. But
Now we are.
I'm hoping to try and get a terrier and convert it into 240, like Boxhill and one of the other terriers was converted into.
I'd really like you to see you do that, Max.
Yeah, for like not auto trains, like push pull trains or whatever they were called, motor rail services even. I just have no idea how to do it. Like removing the front driving wheels fine, but then actually getting a smaller one to fit in that place will be quite difficult. So.
Oh, is this what the extra bearings?
Hey, did anybody watch Christine Greens' Gauge issue last night?
I saw it pop up.
I haven't. I watched the last one. I haven't seen.
I found it actually quite interesting, actually.
Mm.
Oh, he's an interesting chap. But you know what? It's great seeing the success that Chris has got with it.
Yeah, because I mean, I've spoken to Chris, like, you know, at various times, and we mostly talk about, like, you know, sort of various funny stuff and out there, but you know, mostly we talk about like video making and out there. And I was asking, like, you know, his certain times like filming.
Sorry, Max. Go back to the subject of the 240. Do you mean this one here?
Yes, that one. I've got my own book of it here, but what book's that? I don't
This
know
is
if this is...
Travelling Locomotives by Brian Hairsnape.
Oh. Yeah, no, I've not got that one, but I like it.
It's got a lot of drawings. I'm not sure if they're 00 scale, but
yeah,
Well,
that's the one I've got.
you could always scan them, like, and put into them.
Boxhill, the 240. This looks really interesting.
Yeah.
There's something in mind I want to model it for, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
Luke, I saw our friend Fox from SIF post something on social media with his he got the 2 books, the 2 very good books on the Taliclan and Corris locos.
They are bloody good books.
Is Luke there?
I am.
Yeah, he's there. He's just, hang on, I haven't got my camera on him.
Can he hear me? Tom?
Hold on.
Tom, can you hear Luke? He's shouting at you.
Tom?
I'll have to refresh again.
Oh dear.
One of these days.
We apologize for this inconvenience. Normal services will resume shortly. I've been trying there for a while. The other day, trying to get back into the swing of writing some more military railway adventures.
Oh, please do.
Because I mean, but I don't know. So I was trying to work on the next story, which is called Wayfarers All, and it's I mean, it's nearly finished though. But I just kind of slowly lost the knack of it in a way. And I just thought, I don't know. But then I keep questioning myself, like, you know, do people still listen to these here, or are they, you know, or do they read them online? This is weird. Or maybe it's not weird. I don't know.
I've listened to them.
You are?
I've listened to them. They're good.
Luke, can you hear me now? Or
Yeah,
can I hear you?
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
I had to refresh about 3 times because then I couldn't hear anyone. It was just silent. Yes, so I don't know what you said in response to me. So if you want to repeat yourself about the books.
I just said yes, he did. They are very good books, as you say.
Yeah, like I said, that first one, I've looked on all the normal places, and you can't seem to get it.
No, not anymore. It's completely out of print.
Oh yeah, Luke made a bit of a discovery there for me there last week when we were talking about it.
This is certain number 3.
Yes.
All should be revealed now.
Right. So Luke and some mates there got access to the Audrey study, and they were given like a wee look around. And I think you asked to have a look at the models, didn't you?
Yeah, because as we discussed earlier, the layout is going out to a show.
Yeah.
So, and I know the curator, like not the curator, like the custodian of like the Audrey collection and stuff. Lovely chap. And essentially, we needed to go up to the museum and check the stock. So we were going through the boxes, and I already knew you wanted to. You were wondering where Gordon was, weren't you, Mike?
Yeah, because I was like, because I was wondering. We've only got like the one photograph of the model to know what it looks like.
Yeah,
we
so
don't
Mike
know where
asked
it
me
is.
to see if I could have a nose and ask if they had Gordon.
Yeah.
So when I mentioned it to him, he was like, "Well, we can have a check on Sunday because I need to go and make sure everything's okay because it's going out to a model railway show." That's what I found out about that. And then from that, he then obviously we discussed about it. We had a look around, went into the study on Sunday. Sadly, no Gordon, but
There were a few other surprises in there that I didn't even know during my visit.
Yeah, do you want to reveal?
Okay, so first of all, there is the one of the engines from the Mid-Soto Railway, like one of the original engines for the Revan Audrey made for the Mid-Soto Railway was there, which was the mine engine.
Number 9.
One of the mine engines, because there were 2.
Yes, I know which one.
Yeah,
I think it was the later model, but it did have a number 9 on the cab.
yeah, and then there was like a few wagons with it as well, wasn't there?
There were in its little box. There was a scratch-built Falcon and a scratch-built Stuart and Peter Sam,
which were made by somebody for Revan Audrey.
Yeah, it was. We're assuming it's one of his local club members because they seem to know each other, and some of his other stuff was done by club members as well.
Yeah. And so then you showed me another photograph there as well, saying like, oh yeah, we found this as well. And you put up this photograph, and when we were in the group chat or something, I nearly flipped and just gasped so hard. I was like, oh my god, that I can't believe what I'm seeing. Basically, what it was, for all these years, I actually thought this model got thrown away, but it didn't. Revan Audrey still kept it, and it's the model of Henry, the original model of Henry from the early days of the Northwestern Railway model railway layout, and it still exists, and it's still in its original livery. And that gave me a huge shock because I literally kept thinking to myself, like, as I said, I kept thinking this model got scrapped, but it wasn't. And I was so thrilled to see it there. So it even had like the chassis was being fitted was currently being fitted with Romford wheels. So it looks as if Revan Audrey was maybe trying to get it fixed or trying to get it repaired.
Labeled Henry unfinished.
Yeah. So that was quite a surprise. But the other surprise I also found was you also found the original James as well.
Yes, it had been repainted into Glasgow Southwestern livery.
Yeah. So what was the type of what was the class of engine that was used for it? It was a Drummond engine, wasn't it?
Yeah, Glasgow Southwestern Railway Drummond. I don't know the exact class off the top of my head, I'm afraid, but it's obviously 260.
Yeah.
And it does seem to be what Audrey originally intended James to be based off, but obviously I think he decided to do the experimental class 28s.
Yeah.
a little later on.
Did you find that Gordon, the one that we were talking about the other day? Not the princess, not the one that was made from the Royal Scot, but from the
Yeah, that was another discussion we had. Like, I think it was like me, Tom Foster, and Knuckles. We were literally arguing. While I was arguing, they were standing there, standing their ground.
It was quite funny because I was like, I mean, I'm not trying to blame me on Trumpy, but I've worked on a lot of models of A1s, and it was the LNER was my area of interest at one point.
Yeah,
and it's a picture that's in the Thomas Tank Engine Man of the lineup done for reference, I guess, for John T. Kenny, because from looking at, I think there's Donald's in the shot as well, and there's these models there. And next to Henry, clearly I could see the front end of an A1 or an A3. And I could tell, and I mentioned it to you, Mike, and you were like, "No, can't be." He only had one. It was the Triangle Princess conversion.
yeah.
I'm like, that's not the same boiler. That is a proper Gresley boiler on it. And it was just like, yeah, it just threw up a lot of questions on the fact of, I think, Mike, you were sort of going, but there's no documentation about this loco.
Yeah, but then there was no but there was also no documentation about that Italian rail car as well. So.
Well, yeah, that's a weird thing. I don't know why that was. I wonder, could it have been a reference shot around book 18 with the diesel, and he didn't have a class 40 and he just had it in the shot, like, you know, the engine shot?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
yes.
Hold on. Yes, it is. It is. Hold on. Let me go and get me book.
The Diesel Class 40, the first illustration of him. It's like, not bad, I've seen worse. At least you're all clean. And sadly, I haven't got another song for Tom. So,
Oh well.
okay, just a quick talk on my build. I've literally I've finished putting on the glazing, just waiting for the super glue to dry. Hopefully, when it's all finished, I'll start putting the figurines in.
Cool.
And then glue the roof down.
I might as well put my one up here because I haven't talked about my build so far. So that's where I am now with City Churro. With the kit. So it's kind of okay.
That's the is that the Dapple one?
Yeah.
Mike, time to blow your mind a bit.
Right, here we go.
Look, that photo of his models is for that picture. Gordon, Henry, James, Donald, and the class 40.
Okay.
Yes.
You convinced me.
That's because that's the 4 steam locos that are in that photograph.
Well, then, if that's the case, then, like, you know.
What a discovery!
Oh.
Wow. Shame we didn't do it in the very series chat, but you know.
Hang on a second. You've just got me thinking now.
Oh dear.
That's good. We like Mike thinking.
Oh dear.
Wait a second. Where's that point? Where's the folder? Where is it? Because I was wondering exactly where on this layout. Right, let's see.
Hey, gents, I hate to interrupt, but if you just look at my camera, could you focus my camera on this for the stream, Mike?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yes, it's on.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Oh, you actually got it working.
Oh, nice.
I think one of the wheels is falling off, though, Luke.
Oh, God, it has.
Oh.
Now become no longer Scarlet.
I haven't screwed it back in.
The Bucking
It's now
Bronco.
Del Boy's. It's now Del Boy's.
Reluctant Robin.
Like, yeah.
They gave Scarlowy new wheels and a cab, but they didn't fit them properly. They fell off as soon as he got back.
Just a thought, guys.
Slipping.
Just a thought, guys. Unfortunately, on the F-plate, sometimes you can see bits of white sticking out from the windows. You can't really see it, but it looks like.
Yeah, is that the super glue?
Frost. Yeah, sometimes you can see like frost damage. Does
Yeah,
that count?
he'd be all
I
right.
mean, it's on Clarabelle.
If he does there with some chalks out there, I'm sure he'll be all right.
You can put on a snow layout somewhere.
But I think there's a way you can get rid of that. You can wipe that off.
I think the thing with that is, so then I'll probably smash the windows through.
Broken our glass again.
Yeah. Oh, but no, because technically it was the express coaches, not Annie and Clara.
Don't ruin the mood. Oh, don't ruin the.
Mike, what were you thinking before to do with that illustration?
Right, it was the photograph actually, because I was wondering exactly what layout that was actually photographed on, and for a while I thought it was Northwestern Railway Mark II, but it wasn't. It's actually Farquhar Mark II, because there are 5 sidings in it. And then that's the backboard on it as well.
But yeah, I love the fact now we know what it was. You know what's interesting as well now? I'm just looking at that picture again. If you look at James's front, James' frames that come out from under the smokebox saddle.
Yeah.
They don't look like they normally do. They look like the model. They don't look like how you'd expect James's to normally look like.
Yeah.
Bring back the conversation to the A3. I'm guessing if the Italian, whatever the diesel rail car was, representing the Class 40, if it was just a borrowed engine, just simply for those photographs, then maybe the A3 was a borrowed loco as well.
I'm guessing that as well, right?
Well, I thought that, but me and Gav have looked closely, and it's almost like Wilbert was trying to do another Gordon conversion, because if you actually look at the cylinders on it, it's got Stanier cylinders. It hasn't got A3 cylinders, so it's almost like he was trying to do another. It's weird. It's very weird that loco exists.
We seem to it's just weird, like, because we seem to be unraveling more things, not only for the books not there, but also for the models.
Oh, I'm happy. No wheels coming off now.
Nice.
Whose dog's that?
My dog. He just came up before to see what I was doing.
I want to be in the stream. I'm just gluing my figurines in now.
You need a bit of silicone grease on that there.
Yeah, it's literally only just gone together now, Mike, so...
Right, I'm just going to check the chat here. Is there any questions here? Where can I see this photo? Yeah, the photograph we're referring to, if any of you guys have the original, like the old Thomas the Tank Engine Man book, biography, if you go to the section during, I think it was this Discovery of Sodor section, there'll be like a whole like sections where it has like Reverend Audrey's model railway and out there, like photographs of it. But if you go on, if you go onto the SIF forum page, they've opened up for people to have a look at. There's a thread in the model railway section called "The Modeling of the Reverend W. Audrey." You'll see the photograph in there. That's a thread I made up, which is like me talking about the history of the Reverend Audrey's models and talking about how they were made and what models we used to make them. So yeah, if you want to find that photograph there, it should be in that thread on the forum.
Okay, good. I'm really happy.
Good for you.
I think it's the first full chassis build, I guess. So it's quite.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well done, mate. I'm so glad it's working for you.
Yeah. Let's just give Luke a round of applause there for doing that.
Yeah.
Well done, Luke.
Well done.
Cookie.
Oh, I got a celebratory woof.
Yeah, even my dog's happy for you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Just-
see this.
But just remember, Luke, just remember, get your finger out.
Oh,
Go to the back, please. Impossible to operate.
Further back, please, he said.
Just to change the subject, guys. Sorry. You know when you make figurines and things, do you ever like give them a bit of a backstory or try to customize them so?
I think one of the most important things is the people of the railways as well. So yeah, like it's so much fun to come up with lives for these people.
Well,
In my opinion.
you
Well,
talk,
this
about,
one-
talk about figures and things. I've got, well, I think you guys know this anyway, but I've got two very special figures on my. You're on about figures, aren't you, Tom? Like model figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got two very special figures on my layout. My late dad, he was scanned 6 months before he died because he was ill, and he was scanned by my friend Alan Butler of Model U, and he was done as a 3D printed figure, and he scanned my dog Lass as well, and I painted them up, and so my dad will live forever on all my layouts, and yeah, it's
that's brilliant.
Fantastic.
a nice.
Well, I've got.
Train spotting at Tidmouth Yards.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, I think so. I've got
Well,
one of him. I've got one of him sat down, so he can go in. He can go in coaches as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I've got a figure of Chris Eaton Green somewhere, and he'll make a cameo. He'll make.
Yeah,
a
I've got a few of
appearance.
these OGH ones as well.
Yeah, he'll make a cameo appearance somewhere in.
Well,
Branch
I've got this figurine that came in the pack. Now the figurines I use for my OGH coaches, they're Woodland Scenics.
Yeah.
This one, I'm thinking about. I feel a bit silly naming this person, but it's one of our guy on Sif because he's fast asleep and he's quite known for falling asleep on certain train rides, and so
I like that.
Is that Chris?
no, it's Sif Rocks.
Oh, I need to get one of those.
Well, it's just a basic one. I coloured his hair. I'm sorry if you're watching this, mate. I'll please don't kill me.
We love you. We love you. I'd like to know what guys think of this. So I'm removing off this wagon. It's an LMS build. It's an LMS. Yeah, it's an LMS mineral wagon. I think it's an ABS kit, which no longer exists. So it was in grey, LMS grey. So that's the side I've not done, which has LMS on it. I've removed the branding off this side, and you can still see LMS through it, but I quite like that because I'm going to over brand it with NW, and it looks. I don't know if you can see that. Luke, can you see that? It's I like the fact that you can like see the faded branding underneath, and I'm going to sort of patch paint it and stuff, and I think that's going to work quite well.
That should
Yeah,
look
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I mean, there were several trucks in like season 1 and such that had northeastern lettering still on them, and season 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one that even had like it was meant to say LMS on it there, but it's
I
only
think those were the kits that were donated. I think those were the models that were donated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Half was 10 mil, half was donated prop. I think the old coaches were donated. But
Yeah.
me and Steve Raiden are on you know, we think, I think that, for example, the old coaches, I think they were donated, but then he says they think they're kit build. Which kit?
I think our friend Gav has forgotten what some of us are doing tonight. He sent me a message saying, "Up for a chat?" And I just replied back going, "Modeller's Corner, mate."
I've just finished putting the figurines in. You can't see it, obviously, but I'll take some pictures later on. I'm putting in little dioramas, trying to decide, you know, what the story is. I've got the I've basically got the father and his son looking out the window, and the reluctant mother on the other end of the coach. I've got. I still got to decide what I'm going to do with these, but apart from also the sleeping Sith member, who I'm not going to mention again. He's got a cubicle to himself. But what I've done on the cowbell, for example, there's a certain figurine in the pack where the guy's wearing a green coat, white hair, reading a book with glasses. I kind of figured that could part of Wilbur Daldry,
Oh.
possibly researching for his next book.
Yeah, that could work.
If somebody was to make a customized Audrey figurine, that would be amazing.
That should happen. That should be a thing.
It should be. I mean, guys, you can get Gresley, you can get Brunel, but
You
on Audrey,
you can get Sherlock Holmes.
you can get the guy from Oh Mr. Porter.
Can you get Ivor Peters anywhere? Because I know you can get his car, but can you actually get him himself?
Ivor Peters.
He's the railway for he's the photographer. He's from like
Oh,
railway
yeah.
roundabouts.
Would this be the guy about 8 years ago? I was down at the Teleclin and his car was there. They were doing like photo shoots with it.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like him because his car was synonymous with him. But yeah, didn't know they still had his car.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his car is preserved, if you would.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right, now all I've got to do now is just glue on the roof, fit the couplings, and he's finished.
Awesome. Are you gonna put the her nameplates on?
I'm considering it, but only because of what I discovered the other night. I'm having second thoughts that I might do.
Yeah.
It's basically, obviously, Annie and Crab are 4-compartment coaches. Mine one a 5. It kind of hit me the other day. I could have basically just cut the extra compartment off. Oh, actually, no, I couldn't have. Actually, no, I could have. Yeah. Oh well, it's a project for next time, I guess. But I'm happy with these right now. I might do a TV magic where you add the names to one side.
That'd be cool. Yeah, if I ever do the Northwestern layout sometime in the future, I'll do the same thing for the coach stock as well. Like have it painted on one side, have a different livery on the other.
That's always the fascinating thing about it. Like just. Only thing is, if you have a loop layout and you see the trains going by, you think, and then you see the other side.
Yeah, it's a whole different train altogether.
My idea is have a wizard on your layout.
Wizard.
Then, because if you know he's going to go around the corner and it's going to be a different livery, it's important that the kids see it and they realize, it's him.
Yeah.
He's keeping the trains.
He's a whirly wizard.
This one was supposed to stop at the 5:30. It's now 7:30. Yeah.
God, throughout this whole week though, I've been constantly humming and whistling Rainbow Connection from the Muppets. I don't know why.
So, Luke, on your chassis, how are you doing the crank pin? Is it obviously because there's places wheels, aren't they? So is it?
It's all included. It's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to figure out how it all goes together, essentially.
I think so. Did you have to buy a separate Allen key for it, though? Put the wheels on.
Hey, no. I can run.
Knuckles is in the chat.
Ooh.
Is he?
Greetings. Do.
He's not, I don't see him yet. He's not here yet. Oh, sorry. Is he in the other one?
Oh yeah, I meant the YouTube chat. Sorry.
Oh, the YouTube chat. Right, hang on a sec.
Observing from now.
Observing from now. Oh boy.
You silly man.
That's how that works.
Hey, look at that. Look who I've got here.
He's on the wrong side.
Percy. I've got your Percy here. Hey.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to get. There we go.
How you doing, Knuckles? How's the family?
Oh yeah, I should have actually mentioned this to Max and that they're saying like, you know, if you want to show something to the stream out there, just give me a shout and I'll put the camera on you because I'm the only one who's.
Oh,
Yeah, I
actually,
probably should. I've not showed anything
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yet.
like, how you getting on there, by the way?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
progress-wise, it doesn't look visually much. It's literally I'm just putting the tiles on the roof.
So hang
But
on, are all those tiles separate?
yeah, see that's the
Wow.
problem. Yeah, but it makes a nice effect in the end. I've done this with a few of my
does.
models
Mate,
before.
you didn't have to actually. You didn't have to do that there, but bloody hell, that's
No, it's what I do with every model. To be honest, I like doing tiles. It's very therapeutic. But like you can make little ones like slightly ragged and missing tiles and things like that. Gives it a lot more character. Yeah, I usually do it on the buildings I make. Yeah, it's just time consuming, but like it looks nice in the end.
wow.
could you just put the camera on me for a second?
Hang on. Yeah.
That was a chair, not me.
Is that on me now?
Yeah, it's on you.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, no. So for Gavin, anyone? Yeah, this is one of Gav's printed, 3D printed Percy. I think it's version 2. Is that the right one? I think. So I've just done a bit of work on the tank sides and the tank fronts with some sanding brushes and actually a scalpel in places just to smooth it out. So I've taken off the lampines off the back because I'll be putting extra ones on. I need to remove that one there. But honestly, if you want a railway series as accurate as you can, Percy, get one of these bodies because they're absolute. The print. I mean, I remember like early 3D printed stuff, and it wasn't the best stuff. But I mean, you know, this brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and it's designed to fit the Hornby Peckett chassis. So, yeah. And the other thing, more for Gavin, everyone else has seen it. Boko's got a red buffer beam at one end. I'm not doing it. He's coming on. He's getting there.
These are mine.
These are mine. Go away.
Go away.
Get
Go
your
away.
bingo. Right. Okay. I want to glue my lid onto Annie now, but unfortunately I can't find the glue that is suitable for it. I prefer to use 2-part epoxy resin, and I can't find it anywhere.
I will. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to refill my drink, so I'll be back in 2 ticks.
Oh, look at that coupling rod.
Hang on. You have to maybe. Nice.
Might steal the camera for a second as well. I'll show you the cottages I made last week or whatever.
Yeah,
They're
go ahead.
These are like the 2
Wow.
cottages also for branch line engines. I followed the video you showed me, Michael, on the how to do thatch with clay, because I've done it before, but I like use string and just like individually put them over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker to do it with clay. It's
It really was the part.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you,
I mean, it was a Warhammer tutorial thing, I think it was.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and I sent it to you. So it's like, you know, try this here. It's actually very quick, and the effect looks really cool.
Yeah, definitely. If I need to like make a lot of thatch style buildings as well, I'll definitely do this in the future. It's nice. It's literally just with clay and a paintbrush. Yeah, that's one.
That looks absolutely awesome.
Thank you. And then
Actually, good for us on the Model Railway Challenge.
yeah, we should have done like thatch buildings and things, but to be fair, we should have done more buildings in general. Oh well.
Your building was far too good for the rest of us. Like bloody hell.
No, I wouldn't say that. But
Right. With that said, now I'm gonna share some buildings I'm currently working on right now for branch changes as well. So let me see. These are the ones I showed Luke there. no, Luke, Max. Hang on, let's
Mhm.
put my camera on for a sec.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
this is one that's currently nearly finished here. This is the good shit that's going to be
Oh
seen in
yes.
Farquhar.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Farquhar good shit. It's all made from balsa wood.
Oh,
There's
nice.
strips and all that there. This one is just still yet to be done. I modeled this during one of the Modelers Corners thing. This is the Station Master's house. There we go there.
Oh yes, I remember seeing this one.
Yeah,
I
so
like
that's
that.
Station Master's house. Still a work in progress right now. Let's see here. It's so I've got the stuff down here. Oh yeah, we have Farquhar sheds. Is here.
I love how these are all within reaching distance.
Oh,
So these are all made from scratch. So
That is dead impressive. That one.
and let me see here. Now this was originally going to be Elsbridge Station, but I've now changed my mind. This is going to be either Toyrek or Natford Harbour Station.
Okay. Yeah, that'd work as both. Yeah, that's
Okay.
nice.
And these are some new ones, which are still in the work in progress here. Hold on a sec. See, because whilst I was making this here, I actually realized I made a huge mistake here. Because I said, this was originally going to be Elsbridge Station. But these are going to be Elsbridge Station's buildings.
Oh yeah.
These are still a work in progress right now. So these are going to be Elsbridge Station's buildings. And as you can see, I've only done one side there because for costs to make the whole building. Or maybe just due to lack of material. But I don't know. Have I got any others? I think there's more downstairs in the workshop though. But I won't bring them up right now. Oh yeah, here's another one. This is one of the earlier ones. That's the road bridge that's seen in from Tank Engine.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
road bridge. That's going to be the one that's going to be appearing in the opening scene.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Yeah, but that's going to be a wee bit of a spoiler for everyone here. The opening scene, the first opening shot, the Brand Science is going to be a recreation of Tank Engine Thomas again.
Sorry?
It's a lovely scenery though. So it'd be nice to see it in model form.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah. I'm just gonna go down here and see if I can get my Stepney here because I did say I would show it to you guys.
What was that?
You're right, mate.
Go to my camera. You can obviously see the two rods. I just was doing that, and it just.
Right.
Oh, that's fun.
I'll just keep it on your camera. Look there. You can just entertain the chat there for a bit.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, it's quite fitting because I can't find the glue anywhere. The one that I'm going to use to stick the roof on.
Hello, I'm back.
Okay, hello.
You got droopy rods there, Luke.
Yeah, I was just saying they go a bit.
Yeah, nice rod. Shouldn't they connect to something?
Not quite there with the rear yet.
Oh.
Because essentially, I think the idea is you want to kind of have everything painted and ready before you well, at least the base layer before you do any lining or anything. Like you want to have most of it done. Like I say, you can take everything apart, so I might just try and get it working with the cylinders now. Actually, pardon me. Sorry.
Oh, dear. Hey.
So go back to the discussion of plaques and headboards before. I found one that we used to hang around my club's on the 00 nights. It was quite embarrassing that apparently actually no. Don't worry, I'm not going to show it now. Just realised.
Is it a swear?
Because if I show this headboard, I'm going to have to put all my money in the square box.
Sorry, what did I miss?
I'm talking about that BS headboard I found, Mike.
Oh yeah. Did you?
I mean, that
Were
says
you,
it
about,
all.
were you about to say it?
I didn't say it.
Oh dear.
He stopped himself.
Right. I've got that. I've got my model of Stepney here.
Ooh,
I'll just show you guys here.
my ears perk up at that. Yeah.
So there's the box I keep it in. I still keep it in in its original case box.
Oh, nice.
So now, at some stage, I will repaint this again here because the lining on it here, I think, could be improved. And Tom
Engine
Foster told me a very good method, which I will try. I will try later on. But there's my model of Stepney.
Hang on, camera's not focused yet.
That was nice.
Oh yes. Oh, so lovely.
Lovely, Mike.
From the other side. It still run. It does run though. It does run very well here. It's a wee bit noisy though, but it does run beautifully.
Oh,
So, but yeah, trying to get the right shade for what do you call it?
what, the improved engine green?
Improved engine green. Yeah, trying to find a like a slightly version for that there. Did
I
take some
know.
time to do.
There's so many different ways you can perceive how it looks. Like, I've still not found the paint I'm extremely 100% happy with.
Yeah,
Because Phoenix paints do a paint, and it's meant to be improved engine green, but it's extremely dark and it's not right at all.
it's very dark.
Yeah, it's really good though.
Yeah, so that's it. That's it there in the box. So you guys in the chat there, you can see no story. That's my replica of Stepney that Revan Audrey made using the same kit. So I'll put that aside there. Away.
Alright, I found it.
What have you found?
The glue.
Nice one. Oh, Luke, your camera's gone off. Oh, his mic's turned off as well. So, oh well.
Right, we finally finish Annie off.
No, where was I on this kit?
Alright, guys, remember Thomas in the previous live stream? This is him now.
It's a beautiful recreation of how his brothers and sisters look like now.
That's purely because it didn't. Turns out I was using the wrong solder,
Right.
so I decided to take it apart and do it all over again. Dedication.
Dedication.
It's not for me to do.
What?
No.
But yeah, it was weird though, because like I was saying earlier on there, like because you just started singing that, I just kept on singing for the whole week there. I kept on singing "Rainbow Connection" from the Muppet movie. I don't know why. Just the song keeps getting stuck in my head. It's so weird. But yeah, it's nice. So tell me, you see when you guys are modeling, do you ever like? I know from Tom Foster's experience, when you shared like videos of like what you've done so far, we hear it in the background. Do you guys like listen to any like music or audiobooks while you're working?
I listen to, sometimes I put on the Railway series or a few things come with the tank, or I put on like just anything really, anything interesting, anything. Sometimes I actually put on some of our old videos. Like I put on the other day I was actually watching your was it 10-year anniversary video?
Oh god,
Yeah, I tend to put a bit of music on sometimes when I'm modelling. Like when I've done my little things of Duck and Oliver, I've purposely chosen like Willie Rushton narrating Oliver the Western Engine or whatever. But yeah, it's sometimes I do, sometimes I forget to, and then sometimes I have an old. Don't know if you can see it in the shot here. I have an old iPod. My old where is it? Yeah, it's my hand. Where is it? There you go. There. My old iPod video from about 12 years ago. The battery no longer works on it. It has to be permanently connected to the speaker. But I've got a load of stuff on there that I haven't heard. Like, I haven't got any more on any other sort of software on my computer or anything. So it's quite nice sometimes to listen to some old stuff on there.
Cool.
Interesting you say that actually works if you connect to a speaker.
Yeah, because it's powered from underneath, from the power socket, and that's where it transfers the sound through.
Yeah, because I've got I've got this surround sound system thing that I actually got for free from one of the members of my club. He basically came in and asked us, me and Casey Jr. were just sitting there, and he just came into the room and he says, "Right, which one of you guys wants a surround sound system for your television? Because I've got one going and I don't want it anymore." I said, to him, "How much are you looking for it?" He says, "How much have you got in your hand?" I just opened my hand and says, "Well, I haven't got anything in my hand." He says, "Right, it's yours."
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, and he opened up his car boot then. He had this like brand new. It was like it looked like it had been hardly used. This wonderful sound system. I've tested it though with my iPod and that there. It sounds really good. And I've even tested with my turntable as well. I've actually bought after Christmas. I bought myself one of these GPO styled record players. There's a very big vintage type record player, and because I've got a whole I've got a collection of records or LPs here that I sometimes listen to. So I've got I've got Bohemian Rhapsody, the soundtrack on LP, the film soundtrack. Then I've got the Misterios de City Door on the original TVC soundtrack on LP. Translation Mysterious Cities of Gold soundtrack on LP. I've got various train sounds. This is LP, just a whole collection of railway train sound effects. And I think I've got an LP, like a very small plastic LP of Better Cribbins talking about Hornby train sets.
Oh, lovely. Love Bernard Cribbins.
Yeah, and I also bought this on eBay as well. I've got 5 cassettes, 5 Hornby Railway cassettes. All of them have Noel Edmonds introducing to Hornby Railways.
Oh, I think I used to have one of those cassettes with all the steam sounds on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 5 of them there. So if you guys want one of them, then just give me a shout and I'll post them out to you.
You know what? I might take one because I remember vividly. I remember that, and I probably don't have it anymore.
Right, sure. After the stream, there, give me a shout then. I'll post them right to you.
I wouldn't mind a rip of them so I could use them in a video or something.
I'll see what I can do. There's a way I can do that.
Right, if anyone watching, I've got to stay like this for 5 minutes.
Have fun with that.
That's how long the glue takes to dry.
New form of yoga.
What?
Yeah.
Just do like a bit of a Buddha chant or something.
Hey, hopefully afterwards it will be worth it because it means I've now got I've got a set of coaches. So
I would have to be holding this church up trying to glue these tiles on this side, but I'm just using Scarlery as a leaning stand. Very useful.
Good engine.
All right.
Well, I can see
I've actually just forgotten the chat there, actually, so I'm just going to check and see what's happening through here on the chat.
we're quite happy anyway, so you know. Oh yeah, Mike. You know the swear boxes.
Yeah.
You know the stickers used on the wheels. Have you noticed a mistake in the
Yeah, it's all the same ones. It's like the same side. You haven't done the other side.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't bothered painting mine. I'll bring mine up on screen there so you guys can see. Have a close up shot of them. See, I just painted mine on. Really, just didn't really.
I was considering that myself. I thought this is just going to be like a little running joke because there's not much.
Yeah. Let me see. What else have I? I've actually got a plaque somewhere here. I made up. One me sec. Yeah, I got this. I made this. I made this some. I think a few years ago, actually, just as a bit of a hobby. So I made one of these just to have in my room.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, just cut that out a bit of MDF really, and just.
Done a really grand job of that.
Hold on, sorry. Let's have a
Thank
look.
you.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, the one you made Gav one, didn't you?
Yeah, I made one. I made one
Oh,
for his
nice.
birthday. Yeah, so yeah, he still has it there. But the one I made for him, it actually has a little silver disc at the back there. So
I wouldn't mind if you. I don't know. I mean, because they did more of those.
put that there. Just put that there.
You
So
know,
you can see it.
logo did that, didn't they?
Sorry.
The same style of the logo. They did a couple of the other engines too, didn't they?
Yeah, in a way, I think some of them were used for various merchandise as well. For
The Ertl stuff, I think.
Yeah, the very original run of Ertl.
Yeah, because Henry pretty much looked like the front cover of Henry the Green Engine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had his Stania tender behind him as well.
The lucky guy.
yeah. Okay, just get rid of that.
Right.
now,
Well,
'cause-
glue's dried. That's it. Most of it. I've pretty much finished Danny.
Hey,
well done.
Anybody want to see a picture of them together?
Go on.
Let me just get this track set up. No layout, of course, yet, but hopefully one day. I mean, I've still got to put the couplings on, but apart from that, the majority of it is finished. The worst bit is done.
Well done.
Nice one, Tom.
I think this is the first time I've actually finished the model on the show.
hey.
Yay! Well done.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's spot on. That is.
Few touches to tweak, but apart from that, I'm very happy with them. Not 100% accurate to Annie and Clever on TVS, but they look.
Well, it's your own interpretation at the end of the day, and I think they look really, really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's only because I find I make mistakes whilst you're modelling. You kind of realise when you finished it, oh yeah, I could have done that. Actually,
Fine.
well, for example, I've not. If I was to, I've not put the front windows on. You know how Clever got front and rear windows. If I was to do that, what I probably would have done is switch the plate round, so it was just a flat surface, and cut the windows out.
Yeah.
And I probably would have cut out the extra compartment.
Yeah.
But I mean, apart from that, actually, to be fair, I'm actually quite happy with these. I mean, I can at least run them, and I can actually, in the future, if I decide to buy any more Dapple ready to run models, I've got at least got a train to pull. The low gauge is actually quite hard because, well, I mean, in some areas, it's not really, again. There's not really a lot out there unless you actually go ahead and build it. And of course, Dapple sells each coach is roughly around 200 quid. That sort of thing. But yeah, who knows? I might get no more of those kits in the future and try again. But I mean, I have got 3 more, but I'm still debating what I'm going to do with them. I could make more of this style of coaches, or I could make the old coaches from Series 1. I'm quite happy. I've got something rolling. And it's not even the end of the stream yet.
No, I mean, let's see. We got about 20 minutes left. We'll finish around about 10 o'clock.
It's weird. I feel like I've done more modelling this year than I did most of last year already, which is a
Really?
good thing. It's nice to get back to it, but yeah, it's just been weird. Being
Out
out
of
of it.
interest, guys, just thinking back to perhaps when we started doing it on the forums, what would you say was your best modelling year, personally?
I'd say probably 2010.
I was thinking that actually, funny enough, because it felt like that when although I had a massive break in between then, you felt you kind of feel a bit like you're coming into your own a little bit.
I feel so
Yeah.
young now. I didn't start making models till 2014.
Really? So here's a good question. What was your favorite model to make out of all the ones you've made? Which one was your favorite?
Ooh.
No, this is going to be a challenge one. Out of each of us here, we have to choose like a model that one of us has actually made. So say like for example, let's say if I chose Max, I pick a model that he's made, and I say why I liked it. So my favorite model that Max has made is his watermill.
Oh yeah, I like
I
the
love it.
watermill.
I literally love watermills, and I really loved his.
Yeah, so do I. I don't know what it is about them. That and windmills. They're just very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the way you've all made it up there as well, and signing with the watermill as well. I love your Stepney.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. See, they're both 2016. So going back to the previous question, I guess 2016 might have been my best modelling year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
With you, I'd probably say your Thomas model because it just looks exactly how you picture Thomas to be.
which one?
The most recent one.
Oh, the E2 one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. It's just it's so nice, and like the blue is like a really pastel colored blue, and it's just
yeah, because I had a lot of trouble trying to find that shade of blue because all the ones I tried they weren't right, and I was trying to find this particular shade that I thought would match Thomas, that suits Thomas more, but yeah, I just couldn't find it then, and I found Humbrol World War One blue, and I thought I'll give this a try.
oh,
Tried
that's
it,
what it is. Oh.
tried it, and I thought this is fantastic. This is the right shade
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, definitely. I really like it on him. Yeah.
So
So again, there's only 5 of us left. So who are we going to pick? Who can I pick?
has to be one of us in the chat now.
Okay, well, you're already cool. Why don't you decide who's next?
Oh no, you can pick.
I don't want to pick. There's only 2. I'm going to go with Luke, I think.
Hi.
Hello, Luke. My favorite. I haven't got I don't know about favorite model of yours, but I've always loved how, like in particular, I've always liked the, for example, the stuff we did for trains with the railway service faces.
Oh, thank you.
I've always loved that because you obviously capture the look of them, but you did it in a unique style, so it kind of matches kind of what's happening with the CGI right now, where they look similar to the originals, but they more fit in with, I guess, the new style, where it's kind of like where it's more animated, more.
Have a look at the camera now, Tom.
Oh God.
Yeah.
One of them.
Oh, sorry.
So I might have to. I don't know if you're interested. I might have to when I get the eye mechanism working on my Thomas. I might have to see if we can try one of those out on.
I think I'd be happy to let you. I'd be happy to scale it up and sort it for you. Definitely.
Yeah. And of course, I love your the Narrators logos, and
Oh, thank you.
it's just nice to see like you're not just sticking to one. I mean, I'm sticking to one scale, but it's good that you're experimenting, obviously more than one. So
Yeah. I sometimes do feel like if I'm going a bit insane that I can't stick with one scale, but here we are. No, I like. I know you've only just finished, but I love the finish you've got on your coaches at the moment. Granny Clarabelle, I think the teak looks amazing, genuinely, and I'm really liking the way your Thomas is shaping up as well.
Oh, it's in bits at the moment, actually.
Oh, well, not anymore, but you know, no. No, yeah, I just think those coaches, you've got a lot of attention to detail in them, and like you said, it's a slightly unique take on the on what we're used to from Annie and Clarabelle. It is very nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing if one day we could all like, if we, in particular, one event, if there's a tug event or whatever, just meet up and just bring this. If there's an exhibition, just bring the stock down.
Definitely.
That would be amazing. I really want to do it.
We should probably maybe do that. Maybe this.
I've got track to make a loop in O gauge, but they're gonna that's just for me. Unless anyone's got like any narrow gauge stock that runs on O gauge track, then
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people with like their own versions of the handle.
I mean, Gav's got definitely that. Yeah, I mean, Gav's got. I'm tempted to do one myself, actually.
Not you as well.
Well, I was gonna do one in red, maybe.
All right.
TVS red to handle, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I was thinking of. I mean, Gav's obviously got O gauge stock. Of course, an excuse is an excuse. I mean, no, not excuse. It's something. Oh, actually, no. Scrap that. They don't work, do they? I was thinking of the original handle and jig that was found. That was bought last year.
Oh, they're in America right now, I think.
They are. They're going out to a model railway exhibition in America this year, I believe.
Oh, cool.
One of them, if it came to the UK at some point.
It'd be very nice, I think.
It's just the insurance.
Yeah, same way that the tugs, like they don't want to go over to the US because like actually getting them over there could very well destroy them, and it's probably not worth the risk.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, like in both accounts of them not being able to come over here and the tugs not being able to go over to the US.
Yeah.
Great if they could sort it out one day.
That'll be good. That said, we do have a lot of props both here and there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, no one's done Tom yet.
Tom?
Hello?
I just realised none of us has complimented Tom's project yet.
Yeah, I'll have to say his East Coast layout because I really love that. That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite models he did. It was his East Coast layout. Despite I think he said it didn't work all that well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not. I shouldn't say this. It's not particularly modelling I'm proud of. Like it's 10 years ago,
I loved it.
No, that's nice though. I do appreciate that. Yeah.
Something I remember on Permanent Way, I mostly spent my time complimenting your scenery work. I just loved the way you did the scenery. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Love it.
Yeah, well, that's where after I'd initially done it, about a year or so later, I started experimenting with static grass, and then that's my route that I've gone down with compressor.
Yeah.
Well, I always like that layout because I remember, obviously, like I remember watching the progress of it, and actually remember thinking how amazingly quick you were able to actually make all these scale and detailed product models, and actually how quickly you did it.
Yeah, I think sometimes I was a bit too quick, and actually, some of it though was just like something that I do want to try and progress into, and it's starting to build buildings. I mean, I admire the likes of Max, where it's making buildings. Buildings just not appealed to me because I'm not great with measurements. I like weathering and finishing stuff. But my new layout, Tidmouth Yards, is possibly going to give me an opportunity to sort of, have to scratch build some stuff. So.
I mean, talking about, although we want to have things obviously in a more accurate way, there's something always really charming just about a loop layout.
Yeah, it's just 'cause it just,
Also, like, I mean, I remember just watching your videos, and I know that going back to complimenting your old layer again, but like just watching, I remember watching the competition entry you did for British Railway Stories with Wensley.
Wensley, the J72, yes.
Oh, didn't he not make it in? He actually was in the top finals,
I
didn't
I got third place, I think, or second.
he? Nice.
Did you? Oh, sorry, change subject. Did you also get a custom model of Wesley made for you?
No, I don't think so.
Because I think that wasn't that the prize?
No, I think that was for first place, I think.
Oh.
And I think it was Chris Eden Green that won it.
Sounds right. I think it was.
What's funny is that he won first place, and yet his engine only got like a few seconds of film
Yeah.
compared to Harry and Wesley. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to name somebody's sort of model that I really admire at the moment, a model that someone's done, I'd have to say, Luke, it's your James.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Well, actually, Luke, also, where has your James been recently? Where has your James sat?
When we were looking through the stock of the Audrey study, James very, very kindly got to stand on the Audrey layout, and
even next to Edward as well.
yes, that made my day, made my everything. I think I'm very happy.
Maybe someday when I'm next at the Audrey study and I see the Far Cry branch there, maybe I might bring my Thomas with me. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Night Ratchet says Luke has a McCoy umbrella back there. I see.
I do.
Yeah, I saw it as well. I just saw the question mark.
If you look, I've got Big Chief TARDIS and First Doctor as well.
That's pretty cool.
Stuff on the Daleks and some Sonic Screwdriver replicas and an autograph from Peter Capaldi signed to me in a frame.
Oh, that's cool. What's your views on Peter Capaldi's Doctor? Actually,
I love him to bits.
I mean, I like him as well. He's like,
I feel Series 10 is probably his most comfortable and probably one of my favourites of his.
yeah.
Series 8 and 9 are mixed bags, but there's some golden stuff in there. But definitely Series 10 is my favourite for him.
I think
Is that the one with the Zygon invasion?
No, that's Series 9.
All right, I love that speech he does.
I think I mean he was actually my favorite Doctor as well because just how the fact he was a lot wiser and bring it back to the classic where it was like the old the first Doctor was quite elderly himself. But what I was trying to say was I wish it although I'm glad that they now have a female Doctor.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Capaldi at least have 2 more series.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd say there's probably chances that Capaldi might come back. Because I mean, they brought David Tennant back, and
I read somewhere today apparently Jodie Whittaker's thinking of leaving.
Well, it's all rumour.
Yeah.
She does all right. I mean, I like her as the Doctor. Actually, she's doing a good job, really.
I do think, I don't think Series 11 is perfect by any means at all. There are a lot of scripts that are dodgy in there. Mainly some of the dialogue bits are a little off, but I'm enjoying the kind of direction it's going. I'm looking forward to Series 12.
Yeah, I mean, what was the one with the American one? It was based on that.
With the American Master? Or
No. It was one of Jodie's ones.
Oh, sorry.
It was all about racism.
Oh, the one with Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Flip me, that left me with a huge feeling inside me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a very powerful episode.
It was a very powerful episode. And I was watching. I watched it all the way through, and I thought to myself, "My God, that is so powerful." I was like, I never thought I'd get this emotional on Doctor Who. And I was like, "Wow!" And then they ended with that music as well. I'm like, "Wow, that's even better."
No, I remember the episode I got most emotional was actually the Christmas special with Matt Smith, where he comes to Amy Pond's house for Christmas, and Yeah, that nice little reunion.
Oh,
You see, what is that? The one where he regenerates?
No, that's the one where I think it's the Christmas special where he. It's with Claire Skinner.
Dr. Winner in the Wardrobe.
Yeah. And basically, it's like at the end of the episode, he turned out he hadn't seen Amy Pond in 2 years, and every year they leave a space for him on the table for Christmas dinner.
all right.
That got me quite emotional because like they always left the space for him, and
You know, it turns out
And,
Monday.
we always do because it's Christmas sort of thing. Yeah.
If it's talking about emotional Who moments, I'm afraid for me, it's I don't want to go.
Oh my god, yes, I got so emotional on that day as well. I thought, oh, I really gonna miss you, David.
I'm gonna come in here. I didn't start watching until Matt Smith was the Doctor.
Oh, I watched it at the beginning.
You see, I've always sort of said I'm 33 now, and I'm the generation that grew up with No Who. You know, finished in 91. I was, no, sorry, 89, wasn't it? 89.
Yeah, 1989.
I was 4 when it finished, so I don't remember any of the original. You know, and it was just like VHS. You know, you could buy it, and I never got into the classic series, and then I got into it in David Tennant's second series. Bought a load of classic Who and stuff, and sort of followed it up to probably about 3-4 years ago, and I must admit my interest has sort of slipped. So I'm not really aware of what's going on.
I'm the same a little bit, to be honest, only because of because I was still finding it a little bit hard to kind of get used to Jerry Whittaker's Doctor, but I guess I just got to watch more than. I guess I just got to rewatch it again, but you know.
But what about the New Year, the recent New Year special one? Did you like that one?
I quite enjoyed it. There were bits where I was like, "Oh, come on, move on," because they kept like obviously I know they were trying to do the character moments with Ryan and his dad in the cafe, but they were cutting away from all the cool Dalek stuff, and it was annoying.
I know, like, because I was very excited to see the Daleks back again.
What do you guys think of I've got the actor's name, but oh, sorry, was someone talking there? Or
No, it's just you.
I had a faint talk. I didn't know if my audio system wasn't working properly, but yeah. It's the guy who the actor playing the first Doctor.
David Brown.
Oh, David Brown, yeah.
What do you think of him?
I think he did an excellent job in the role.
He did very
The
well.
most
Yes.
thing, I think.
Oh, when he was in the one with Peter Capaldi?
Yeah.
He also played him in the
Oh yeah, I love him in the
Adventure
docudrama.
Through Time and Space.
I love him in the docudrama. I think he does an amazing job playing the role in Twice Upon a Time. But God, did they butcher the character?
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the racism and the sexism.
Oh,
Like, he never really was that.
I think it's because it was during like the time period when that was allowed.
Yeah, but like I say, you look at the stories, his original ones, and he wasn't like that.
Right.
I don't know how much Hartnell people have seen. But yeah, like it wasn't true to the character in my mind at all. And for a lot of other people as well, it wasn't.
I tell you, I was telling Tom before we went on air. I watched some CGI Thomas today.
oh,
Now, for those listening, I'll probably get a load of abuse for this. I'll be honest. You know, I am very honest. My interest in Thomas was really series 1 to 4. I've always liked the orgy stuff, and I don't really know anything after that, if I'm honest. I watched The Adventure Begins.
Good.
Good start.
So, would you mind if I give my thoughts?
Please.
Okay, but I just want to point out. I just want to give a shout here. Right, people in the chat there, do not share any basic comments, just so you know, in case Tom has his own.
No, I'm
opinions.
not going to be. look, I'll be honest. I got the only things that bothered me
Yeah.
were railway things because I'm interested in the real railway,
Okay.
and and so there were certain things like where engines were following another engine on the same line and stuff like real railway stuff. I'm a bit like Audrey with Rule 55, but that's me. Okay, I got emotional in some parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did as well. Like, because
I
actually watched. I think it was like a recorded version. Somebody recorded off iTunes and they uploaded onto YouTube. But I was watching it in my university's library. I remember I was trying to hide a small squeal that I gave out at the same time. I was like, "Oh my god, they did that! They brought this back."
I think for me, there was a few things. I had smiles at moments where it was like, straight out the railway series and things. Actually, the bit that actually made me smile, and I didn't think he would really, because I'll be honest, Thomas isn't my favourite character. Never has been really. I like the character of Thomas. more from a railway series point of view. I like Thomas more than the TV series. But it was the bit where Edward's in the Knapford sidings, and you listen and you can hear Thomas, and he's just arrived, and he's just saying, "I've just come from the mainland," and that made me smile. That
he actually says, "I'm from Brighton."
From Brighton, yes, I saw that. And I was like, "Wow!" And then the bit,
one of my mates actually agreed with Thomas in that scene. Like he said, because Thomas says that's where all the best tank engines come from, and my mate says, "Oh yeah, because the this other particular tank engine that he likes came from Brighton as well."
Terriers.
Yeah.
No, that I thought was nice. And then something I didn't like the characterization of Henry.
Yeah,
now, I was like, he should be in his old shape. That was one thing that sort of niggled me. But it was just how it was just like, oh, he's a worrier. And I just would like it if it had been a bit more like series 1, where it was actually he's got serious health problems, and that's why he's sort of the way.
Man, he's dying.
Yeah.
If you listen to Johnny Morris version, he actually does sound like he's dead. Oh!
Actually, the narration did. Henry's voice did remind me a bit of the Johnny Morris version.
Yeah.
But then I liked.
What annoyed me the most about that was actually the fact that when I asked why they didn't just change a few things on the Henry model, apparently it costs too much money.
It would do because it's a texture change. As like what they did for James is easy enough, but it's the whole they'd have to obviously they could steal the part off of Gordon, sure, but then it is also the thing they'd have to go in and retexture a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah, I knew that was the reason for it, so I accepted that.
Right.
There was little things niggle me, like where Gordon at the beginning, Gordon goes down the hill and he goes wee, and that annoyed me. That
annoyed Christine Green as well. I remember reading his review.
But I smiled when it mentioned Vickerstown, and the bit what I really liked, and I just was like almost a pump. Well, two actually. One was where it was referred to as Northwestern Railway.
Yeah,
and I was like, yes, I like that. First time. That's the first time. It's, I believe. Well, as far as I know. But the bit that then I just really smiled about was like, Tom, you're number one, and then I think it's Gordon says you're not the first number one. And it references a coffee pot, and I thought, wow, that
made me smile a lot as well, because it was like you did not need to do that.
Yeah, I think I was Sam Wilkinson who mentioned that.
That's what struck me. There was lots of bits in it, and I thought they didn't have to mention that, but they did, and I thought that was nice.
That'd be annoying.
What?
I actually didn't realise. I actually don't know anything about the coffee pot engines. I thought that was just another character brought in just to make.
No. They were mentioned in the Island of Sodor book, the big one, the Revero, and they were never in anything else.
Right.
They were, so basically Thomas's branch line. So Knapford to Elsbridge was the Knapford and Elsbridge Light Railway.
Yeah.
And then they extended to Tidmouth, and they became the Tidmouth Knapford Elsbridge Light Railway. And they ran. It was the company where Topham Hatt started. He designed and built the coffee pots himself.
Right. Okay.
And then that merged with the Wellsworth and Sudbury in I want to say 1912.
That's funny because that's the thing that I remember listening to, and I was thinking this just sounds like a load of old rubbish, but also didn't read the book. So.
No,
Yeah,
you need to read the book.
Yeah, they were very much, ordinary creations that they just put in. Like I say, they were only in the Island of Sodor book, nothing else. So the fact that they have gone and done it is
It was a
amazing.
lovely gesture. And also, it did make me laugh at the end where Thomas goes, thanks, Mr. Coffee Pot. And he goes, my name's not Mr. Coffee Pot, it's Len. Or is it Les or Len?
Glenn.
That made me laugh. But I thought that was a really nice gesture. There was a lot of love had gone into it. Like I said, it was just little things that niggled me, which
I was so thrilled that they brought back.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead. You say what you said.
Because from what I remember, they made it like on the remaining budget for the year, I think.
Oh, for the remaining budget like that, that's pretty cool. I mean, like even for the crash sequence that James has, I thought, wow.
Oh yeah, that was proper. I saw that and I was like, wow, that's quite proper. It's actually something that they can do in CGI that you can't really do in models. It's sort of. It looked like James had proper weight and mass to him.
But it's like they even show it up close as well. I thought, yes, show it up close. That's brilliant.
It's just like
I know. You just see James getting his face smacked into the ground, and he's being trailed on. I was like, whoa! I remember wincing at that. I was watching what's going. I was going, whoa.
I'm just looking in the chat here. Atreus looks. What do you mean Thomas isn't your favourite? How dare? No, not. I think if I have to choose, I'm not trying to copy Sparkshot here, but probably I don't know. I like Gordon and I like Henry. I've always liked the big engines, but I do like my two Western boys. I do like Duck and Oliver.
You've always struck me as a Gordon or Henry type person, if I'm honest.
Very big, very proud. You watch me this afternoon, little Thomas.
I'm always an Edward man.
James was always my favourite of the Northwestern lot.
Actually, the two engines I absolutely love. You wouldn't be making fun of us now, would you?
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, unfortunately, mine is actually number one because of the fact that I've got the same name as him.
Yeah.
Well, actually, ironically, so should I, really, on that basis, yeah.
And funny enough, my middle name is James, so that's also another favourite of mine.
Really? Because I mean, my third name, I've got a third name now, so my third name is Thomas, but it's not named after Thomas the Tank Engine. It's because my grandfather was called Thomas, but very coincidentally, he actually worked for the railways. He was a signalman.
Wonderful.
And my great grandfather, he was the station master of the station that my grandfather was the signalman of. So, and then my great grandfather from my mother's side, he was actually the one who brought electricity to Northern Ireland Railways.
Wow.
So there's a bit of a railway connection going on here in my family. So
my family.
Hey?
The closest is like in my stepdad used to be a guard for Virgin Trains. That's the closest like you get.
That's more than I've got.
Well, I've got a blood. My Gramps, he's not blood related, but his father worked on the railway at the Buckinghamshire when it was like mainstream. Right, I think he was a station master or guard, and he very kindly gave me the whistle, and nice. I still use it if I'm on at the Ministry Railway in Reading, or if I'm.
Do you have it with you there? No.
I've got it here. Hang on, somewhere.
Is it an Acme Thunderer?
Yes.
Yes, they're good. I've got one for my guarding at the TR.
No, this one's this is actually his. This is given to him.
Oh wow.
169.
Oh,
yeah.
I
took it with me when I went to Plym Valley Railway because I was hoping. I know there's obviously. It's not as easy to become a guard as it is down in Tannaclin, unfortunately. It's you have to go through so many months of training and things like that, and I was hoping to use it there, but I actually showed it to a lot of the members down there, and it turned out they have Acme Thunder whistles, but they're all replicas.
Yeah, that's a genuine.
And this is a genuine one, yeah.
So I wonder if it's easy to put a guard on the TR. It's going to take me at least 2 years.
Yeah, I know, sadly.
It's just the way it goes. You just got to climb your way up the ladder.
Mike, could I have the camera?
Right. Okay. Just we'll carry on for another 5 minutes here, and then we're gonna end the stream now.
Oh, bloody hell! It's 10 o'clock. I'm not even had tea yet.
What?
You fool.
I fancy a brownie right now, actually.
Yeah, I just kind of got home and then went out to get primer and then got stuck straight in. I get consumed by the modelling.
Right, Tom, you're on camera now.
Okay. Just to show, Boko now has. Well, let me just put so I can see that I am actually showing you what you need to see. There you go. Boko now has his red buffer beam.
Nice.
Ooh, red button.
Can I just have a look? Have you gone from the side? Hang on, it's not focused. There we are. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's looking really nice. That's probably how I'm going to end up doing mine.
Yeah, there's some little. If you look closely, because obviously I've brushed it on, I might just go over it with a very fine bit of wet and dry and just sort of patch it up. But again, it will be slightly weathered, and you're not going to see it closely. I mean, I'm holding it fairly close there, and it looks okay.
Yeah. Gavin's asking if you like the red paint.
Yeah, it's just I found that sometimes it would it might be my brush actually. I've got some new brushes. But I found that it would there's not overly smooth sort of thing. But that might be just my brush. I'm actually now using a bit of Tamiya thinner with it as well, which is actually giving this end's a lot smoother. So oh no, my cylinders have fallen off the underneath. Back cylinders.
Ben, I'm talking about a chocolate brownie.
The Helgen 28, a lot of stuff falls off.
Yeah, that's what's just happened now. The those great big cylinders underneath it have fallen off.
Does the Silver Fox still make those engines?
I don't know if Silver Fox do anymore.
I was going to see about maybe getting one at some stage.
Because mine and Tom's are the Helgen ones.
All right. Okay.
Silver Fox might very well still do them though.
Okay.
I'll just I've had a new little model arrive today. If I can just show.
Go for it.
Certain tank engine that visited Sodor. Okay.
Oh. Or is it Wilbur?
It is.
Ah.
It's Wilbert.
I won it on eBay this last week. Yeah, I got it for £83, I think. Seeing as the company that made it, DJ Models, have now, closed down, shall we say. And it was done as a limited run. And I missed it when it came. I wasn't really modelling Railway Series again then. And yeah, I'm glad I've won it because you probably won't be able to get another one unless they come up. Needs weathering and stuff. I must admit, Luke, we were talking about sort of the finish on the DJ model stuff. It has got a bit of a nice sheen to it. I might just put clear on it rather than T-cutting it.
Yeah.
But no, it's seen as Wilbert worked the Little Western when he visited. I thought I would definitely use him. So yeah, no, I'm chuffed. I've got Boko. He's all ready now for me to put his numbers on and then to give him a final weather and stuff. So I'm happy.
Do I not have any Allen keys anywhere?
Right, guys. I think we should call it now. The end now of Models Corner for this week, shall we?
Oh, why not?
Yeah. I think we're pretty much. I think I'm just looking at us now. We think we're pretty much near done as what we're doing. So
I think I need food.
yeah. So Luke, let's have a look, see how far you got. Oh, you're still working away.
No, I am still working on it, but I've got one of the cylinders done up, and I'm just doing the rods now. But this is working. It moves.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Considering I only got the kit today, I'm pretty happy with progress.
Yeah, definitely. Max, let's see how.
Yeah, so I've literally just been doing the tiles the entire time. The light's not great, but like, yeah, they're all
Oh wow!
individually done on the spire now, on each side. When it's done, it should look hopefully something like this.
Like,
Obviously not slate though.
I absolutely love that model when it appeared
Oh,
on the
thank
Great
you.
Model
Yeah,
Rage.
I just wanted to show it as an example, but
Oh,
yeah,
That is amazing.
I made a promise at some point I was going to make.
oh, it's the boy.
Wow.
yeah.
All you need now is a Jupiter 999 engine.
I know. I need to get a model of that. Honestly, the door's not there for me, but yeah, no, it'll complete it.
One
Hmm,
Yeah, that's what the tiles will hopefully look like when they're painted.
awesome.
Yeah, that's for another time.
Yeah. And again, that church looks fantastic there, and I'm sure it'll look great there when it's
Glad you
being
like
formed
it,
in
yeah.
Brass Engines.
Yeah.
Okay, so and Tom, your progress so far? Well, I
Me?
think we've already seen the Boko thing there.
Yeah, Boko sort of. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working on that. I've debranded a couple of wagons there, so that we've got the LMS off it. We've got a nice little reminder of the LMS still coming through, and then eventually, when I get transfers, it'll have NW on. And yeah, and I just did some cleaning up on Percy. Do 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 do.
Nice one. And Tom, Biddle?
Well, as you know, I've finished most of Annie, and I've got to put the couplings on. But apart from that, it's all finished. It's from buffers and things, and also what I'm doing right now, actually, I've kind of started something else. I'm just gluing a piece back onto my E1.
Yeah, no worries. Let's go.
And then hopefully afterwards, I'll finish the paintwork on that, and then if I can, get the chassis working again, and then start playing and start running it properly. I got new wheels for it when I went to the exhibition, so I went for the Slater's one instead of, because I was using nickel silver, cast iron.
Yeah.
And there, you can use cast iron, but you do have to kind of understand how a chassis works in order to get it work properly. And I thought I just want to use the easiest way, so I'm going for Slater wheels.
Yeah.
How's your progress gone, Mike?
It's pretty off. Just actually finished the kit now, so
Well
That's
done.
quick.
that's the whole.
The Ghost of Truro.
Yeah, well, I will get it painted up at some stage here, but yeah, that's it. That's it now, all done. I've got the transfers here, so I'm going to put them away somewhere safe here. But
I meant to ask before, what are you going to use it for?
I'm just going to use it just as a wee display piece for my cabinet, really. So yeah, I'm gonna make similar to Revan Orgy's one there. So I'm just going to put this on wee plaque of some just a set of rails on a plaque there.
Yeah.
Just put in my cabinet. Once I've got it painted up.
I always wondered about those Duffel kits, but I never went and bought one and then tried it. But it looks really good actually. Like, especially that you've done that in just like
Nice.
2 hours time. 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the details on the choice of colors. Oh, what paintwork I need to.
I've always found it quite cool how the TV version of Cituro had the Markland box door and things. And
Yeah, just looking at the instructions here. It just says here regarding paint. It just says painting instructions. Please refer to photograph of the model on left. You still have to try and guess now exactly what way it was. So. I think I have an old Airfix version of Churro that somebody gave me here, which I think gives you detailed instructions as to what paints to get. So I'll have a look for that. But yeah, I'm pleased with that.
it should be.
Right, so I think that'll conclude us now for Models Corner this week. We'll probably do another one in another fortnight. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming along here. Special thanks to Tom Biddle, Tom Foster, Luke Ryan, and of course Max Davis as well for coming along to Models Corner. So thanks very much, guys.
Just quick. How much money do you think you've made from the swear box?
Oh yeah.
Should we count our cash?
Yeah, I suppose we should actually. How much we made? So, how many times have we sweared? So I sweared. Let me see.
What no?
About 20p's worth.
Mhm.
There you go. 20p's worth of swearing.
Oh, I'm glad you get that.
I'm just laughing because I can imagine Tom's been there going, I've been putting £10 notes in every time I swore.
I've got I've got about 5 50p's in there, so that's like 250. So
So you swore more than me.
yeah,
Yeah, shame
but
on you.
you know what I'm like. That's going to go. That's going to go to a charity for children.
Yeah,
Well, we're all somebody's children, so
yeah. And I'm sure my 20 people, I'll stick it into a charity box when I'm in Tesco's tomorrow. On my way up to the Miniature Railway Club.
I might actually tell you what, I'm going to donate these to the Railway Club.
Okay.
One Reading, yeah. Next one down there.
All right then. Okay, guys. We'll sign off now from Model's Corner. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Thanks
we'll
for
see you
the-
soon
thanks for
next
the-
time.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.